Holy shit!
That was badass.
That's fucking great, man. Fucking great. We are back for another episode of Bros Podcast. And as always, Levi, TJ, and Chad. And today with us, our first musical guest and special guest, Chris, with Through the Never podcast. Welcome, and thank you for that great introduction.
Live performance.
Live
Amazing.
Performance was fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That was cool as fuck.
Yeah, Chris.
That was fun to do.
So Chris wrote, for anybody that maybe not know, he wrote the theme music that we've been using for, I don't know how many episodes now, but we started, I guess, toward the end of last season. And so we thought when he was coming on, like, what would it take for him to do that motherfucker live?
Yeah.
Dude,
And it was
great.
so good too. I remember TJ sent it over to us. He was like, "Yeah, Chris did this. He wants to see, if we could use it." And like he played it, and I'm like, "Oh, that's it. That is amazing. Like that is exactly what we need for our theme music."
It's got some of that Tom Morello feel to it too in there.
Definitely.
Which is badass.
Yeah, I mean, that was the point. I was kind of going for that rage kind of feel. I figured, knowing you guys a little bit, that rage sound or something like that would be sort of fitting. So now
Yeah.
I couldn't do some of those same sounds that were recorded live with what. But so we just did an alternate version.
Well, I think it made it cool that it was different.
Yeah,
I mean, because if
definitely.
it sounded exactly the same, then it's I don't
Why
know.
not just
That's
play
not as
play
fun.
the recording, right?
Then,
Then-
when you see it like a band live and it sounds like a little too much like
You're like, what?
the CD, you're like, is this real? Like,
is this some Milli Vanilli shit going on? over here?
yeah. You kind of wonder a little bit.
Yeah,
Now, I was young when the Milli Vanilli thing kind of took off, but
Who the fuck is that?
you don't know? They did that
No.
song, Blame It on the Rain. You know this?
It was two guys.
No.
two black guys with dreads lip syncing their entire career. They
Really?
had no musical talent.
Okay. Here's the thing.
You know the backstory?
I know a little bit. So it's not just that they were lip syncing it whenever they did a performance. They didn't record those vocals.
Right.
They
at
did
all.
nothing.
It was actually three
Really?
people.
They didn't do
It was three
anything?
pe-
No.
anything.
It was two dudes and a woman.
Was one
the
of
real
them
band
named Millie and the other one named Vanilli? Or what?
Yeah,
Oh,
that
okay,
was
gotcha.
that was
Okay.
the shtick.
But was the real band just hideous? Did they just have no stage presence?
No, they were
don't
they just weren't cool looking. No, they weren't hideous. No, they were fine. But they got busted because they were playing live and their track got like, so it was like blame it on it. And so they went running off the stage and then everybody found
So it's
out.
like a
Yeah.
Ashley Simpson type situation?
Right,
Except
but it
she
was-
recorded her stuff.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, they really couldn't even sing it. They tried to come out with their own album that was god awful. So
And it would really happen at the height of their.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it was bad.
That's great. Do you think there's someone though that's like their favorite album is the real Milli Vanilli?
yeah. The real one.
Yeah.
There's always somebody.
It's always-
If the internet's taught me anything, is there's somebody that's into everything.
You know what?
Yeah.
I'm thirsty, boys. You got a
Oh,
whiskey for
Yeah,
us?
We did.
yeah. Chris
brought a whiskey.
brought our
Yeah.
whiskey, and we're ready for it. And now he's kept this a secret, and he tells us there's a story behind it.
So
So-
this is Blackened.
Blackened.
Oh, that looks cool as shit.
Yeah, I love this bottle.
The bottle is sweet
Um,
looking.
So this is.
Put it out here where they
It looks
Yeah.
like like music, right?
Well,
or
yes,
sound.
it is a sound wave.
Oh, okay.
So this distiller is Dave Pickerel. Do you know that name?
No.
I'm familiar
He
with the
was
name.
a master distiller at Maker's
Do you want me to
Mark.
open this?
Yeah, you
At
can.
Maker's Mark, he was a
Yeah,
master distiller?
Pay attention.
Oh, okay.
Pay attention to the batch number.
95.
Okay. Well, I'll show you. I'll tell you about that later.
Okay.
So, so hold on. I got it. Dave Pickerel was an award-winning master distiller and all-around distilling expert. Over his career, he built and maintained some of them. Mostly, he's known for his tenure as master distiller of Maker's Mark, and he also established
nice.
he established his standalone name for himself with his Vanguard rye whiskey, Whistle Pig.
Oh, really?
I've seen that.
Oh,
Had it.
yeah, we haven't had Whistle Pig though.
So, but that guy, it's the same guy. Now he has partnered with Metallica to make this whiskey,
Oh,
so that's why there's a sound wave.
dude, this is a very relevant whiskey to this podcast.
Yeah.
Hand your glasses in here, boys.
We actually had you're gonna get a little extra. You got a bigger glass there, Chris.
Just give me the same. It's
Oh,
fine.
okay.
I tried it.
So,
So when we before you go, when we put out one time like what whiskey should we try, there was more people that suggested we try this. I don't know if that's because
really?
it's great or if it's because we have a lot of Metallica fans that listen to our podcast. But this was one of the ones, Chris, you included.
It's-
We said we
it's
should
also
try.
new. It's only been out a year or so.
Okay.
I think so. So let me tell you a little bit about it while you're pouring it.
Okay.
Go ahead.
It says Blackened is a marriage of the finest bourbons and ryes, hand selected by Dave. Each of them offer unique flavor. It's predominantly bourbon. The sweetness is paired perfectly with the savory spice offered by the rye. So Dave is known for the way he does the finishes, which he calls flavoring for adults.
Hey.
So by resting the whiskey in the barrel of another spirit during maturation, the whiskey picks up some of the residual flavors left behind in the barrel. So for Blackened, he chose to finish the whiskey in black brandy cask.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
Ah.
So
Sometimes you see like sherry cask finished bourbon, but
I don't tend to
think
like
we've-
cherry cask.
Yeah, me neither. I
stuff.
don't like sherry, but brandy. I think that's the first time we've had
Yeah.
something that's
Yeah.
finished in a brandy cask.
So
Man,
the-
that bottle looks cool as
the-
hell.
I do love
dude.
bottle.
How,
Yeah.
how much does this bottle run? Just out of curiosity.
it's 45, 49 now. It used
Wow.
to be 60 when it first came
That's
out.
that's pretty standard
So-
for our.
Yeah. So
Take or leave it.
the
Thank
Metallica,
you, sir.
the Metallica part is they're using a thing they're calling black noise. So while it's finishing in the barrel, they blast it with a special subwoofer and they play a Metallica set list. Okay.
Okay.
So
Do you know the set list?
that's what the 95 stands for. I know exactly the set list for this.
Holy
So-
shit! Are you kidding?
Yeah. So the thing is the idea that Dave had with that is by shaking it up a little bit and vibrating it with the music, you are getting you're getting it to sink deeper in the barrel and getting extra flavor.
That sounds like a bunch of horse shit, but I'll take it.
But I'm
Yeah.
into it.
Yeah, it's a good story though.
So it says sonic enhancement is the process of using certain sound waves to affect the spirit. So it gets deeper penetration of the spirit into the wood.
Deeper penetration
Oh,
of the
yeah.
wood.
He's gonna say
That sounds
that.
like that, like them, like florist people do with like their plants. You know, they
Yeah.
like play music to try to help
Yeah,
their plants
that's
grow.
right.
Except that could actually be true.
'Cause they're
There's
living
no way this is
organisms.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to know that like, there's a special set list for this bottle.
Yeah.
I hope we got something off of Kill 'Em All in there.
So this set list in particular was selected by the drummer Lars, and it's 8 songs.
So we know good damn well it didn't come from Napster. It
Yeah.
wasn't downloaded
Yeah.
that way.
So what did you say? Something off Kill
I
'Em
hope
All?
I had something off Kill 'Em All in there. Come on.
Metal Militia,
All right.
song number 5. So what I thought was interesting, well, one of my favorite newer songs that they've put out is Lords of Summer. It was on here, but also the song Through the Never.
Oh,
Nice.
shit!
Is that by
Nice.
design that you picked this?
No,
batch?
no, I did not know this
That's
batch
fate.
until after I.
That's awesome.
After I picked it up.
Read the
So-
set list off.
Yeah, well, let's hear the
Sure,
whole
sure,
list.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because everybody will be curious.
All right. For Him the Bell Tolls.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
fuck yeah.
oh yeah.
Here Comes Revenge, which is a newer song.
I don't think I
It's
know
really
any of their
good.
newer
Yeah.
songs.
The Thing That Should Not Be. There's a classic. Fade to Black. Metal Militia, I already mentioned. The Outlaw Torn.
Okay.
That was
What's that
a
from?
later load.
Okay.
Okay.
Through the Never, which is on the Black Album.
Oh.
And Lords of Summer. So it's 8 songs on that one.
I bet I know the song
Nice.
Through the
That's a-
Never,
that's a
but
good
I
pl-
can't
that's a
think
good
what it
playlist.
is. I can't think what that song
We,
is through
we
the
gotta
name.
listen to this playlist tonight. We
Yeah.
gotta put it on Spotify.
How does Through the Never go? Like, what's that sound like?
I'll play it for you later.
Okay.
Okay.
Shit, you can play it now if you want to.
I mean, I know that whole album
Get
really
a
well.
guitar and play.
Yeah.
So what I thought was cool about this too is these different batches are going to have different playlists, so none of the finishes will be exactly the same. I mean, not only are there different barrels, but they're getting vibrated with
Yeah.
different patterns. So
I still say that's bullshit, but it's still
But-
cool.
But it is somewhat unique.
I just thought
it's
it
like playing a
was-
lullaby for a baby or something.
I just
That's
thought
right.
it was
And the baby happens to be
neat and different. It
You
was
can
smell-
kind of have you tried this before?
I have,
has a
but
different smell
it's
to it.
been a while. So this is 90 proof.
Oh shit.
It reminds me the smell reminds me of something. Like that back end of that smell reminds me of something, but I
Now,
can't.
There was a lot of notes about the different note,
Flavor,
different flavor
profiles
notes and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't read all that, but if you're interested,
Let's do it.
Well, okay.
Cheers, boys.
If you're interested, you can Google it.
Let's see. Oh yeah.
It's the rye. That's what I'm smelling, and you
Yeah.
can taste it on the end
Yep.
the same way.
yeah.
No, that's good.
It's got a strong rye flavor
I don't. Do you think it's strong rye flavor
on the back end.
on the back end?
Yeah.
but I don't.
It's not too bad though. I mean,
no, it's if you're not full into drinking a rye, but you kind of like
I mean,
it's like a
perfect.
little.
I don't know that I've had a straight up rye before, but I mean, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I like that kind of coat of the mouth.
Mhm.
It's almost
Now-
like
I was actually listening to
a caramel coat almost at the end.
I was listening to a podcast
does.
earlier with Fred Minnick. I think I
Yeah,
had seen
Fred
it.
Minnick.
So I was listening, and he was talking.
Fred Minnick is a guy in Nashville that does a podcast about whiskey and music. So
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah, so I was listening to an interview he had because he interviews music artists, and so he was actually telling the guy how he does his tastings, and he was saying that you open your mouth when you're smelling it,
Oh yeah.
and then he says it's a palate thing too. You get it in and kind of push it up and see how it falls back down. It had something to do with I don't know the thickness of it or whatever, but it's just
I like this, but I can tell you
there's a technique to it apparently.
It tastes like something that's strong that I could get carried away with.
Is
'Cause
it, it's not any
delicious
stronger than
enough.
normal, is it?
It's 90 proof, so
Yeah,
we
so that's
typically-
regular.
We typically do 80 or 90s, right?
No, I don't think there's no
We done
80
any
proof
80s?
whiskeys that we've done. 90 is your standard
Okay.
whiskey proof. Yeah, this 1792 here is going to be. It's 93. It's
Okay,
a little
okay.
stronger.
Fair enough.
I'm pretty sure this leftover Heaven's Door.
Hey, there's not much left. You should have
Yeah,
left it at my house.
it's 90. Yeah, sorry.
So, according to the website, talking about the flavor profile, it says in the nose it's supposed to be burnt caramel, oak, and honey, and then palate is supposed to be honey, cinnamon, allspice, dark fruit, clove, and mint. Which I felt like I tasted a little bit of mint. I don't know about you guys, but on
You're
the back
right.
end,
Now that you
that's
say
kinda-
it, now that you say it, yeah.
I didn't notice that.
it
Let me
says
think about it.
long and smooth, slightly creamy, with hints of butterscotch, taffy, maple, and honey.
That sounds. Are you ready? Are you sure
I'd
this
say-
is this whiskey, or is that my Tinder profile?
Yeah.
You have a Tinder profile?
Hey-o.
It's grinder.
That's
No, but
Dude.
that's good. I think the clove and the mint, I think, is kind of like that rye kind of.
Joe, good job picking this out.
No,
I know.
the backstory's fucking great.
I guess they're doing way better job of picking out whiskeys than we are.
I know.
We're just like grabbing shit. I'm like, this is Bob Dylan's whiskey, so I brought it. Like, yeah, like Chris and Kevin, they've got like these stories and like this cool shit with
That's
it.
great.
I'm like, yeah, I just grabbed some stuff.
Would you mind telling us a little bit about what's going on with Metallica, because they were scheduled to do a bunch of tours, then
Okay.
they backed
Yeah.
out, and then they are back on for some of these things.
So they had a bunch of stuff scheduled. The singer James went to rehab, and so
For like alcohol,
Yeah, hadn't he been a few
Yeah.
times?
I feel like
He-
whiskey's
he-
the wrong venture
yeah,
for you
yeah.
if you're an alcohol.
yeah, well, that was already in the works.
Okay.
but
I
yeah.
don't drink, but I shouldn't drink. But I'm
If
going
you're
to
going
start.
to.
I'm going to start a whiskey thing.
to be fair, the guitarist and the bass player have been the ones that have gone
Okay.
out to the tastings and been like the public face
Okay.
of that.
Okay.
Now, so they had some stuff booked, but he went to rehab, and I think they had a schedule that was planned, right. And then they did a partnership with Danny Wilmer. So he's a promoter, and he does a bunch of the festivals, Louder Than Life. Let's see, the Sonic Temple, the one in Daytona. There's a bunch of there was 5 of them in particular that were rock and metal festivals.
Right.
I'm so uncool. I
So-
don't know who any. I don't know what any of that
Louder
is.
Than Life is in Louisville.
Yes, in Louisville.
Yo, you
Okay.
told us about
Yeah,
that
yeah.
earlier. Yeah.
Yeah. So they did a partnership where Metallica was gonna do all 5 festivals this year, and they were going to play Friday and Sunday night. They were going to 2 headlining slots, 2 different sets.
That's big time.
So that was a big deal, right? All 5 festivals, 2 sets.
Right.
Well, then it turns out that his rehab, when he got out, they said you got to come back for these certain weeks. It's mandatory, and 2 of the festivals were on those weekends, including Louder Than Life. So it was, I believe it was Sonic Temple. and Louder Than
Okay,
Life.
so he did not do them because he was just struggling.
Right.
It was because
It was
these
mandatory. He had to go back and stay all
court-ordered-
weekend.
Well, but
Okay.
good.
I don't know
for,
that it was
good for
court
him,
ordered,
though.
but it
Yeah.
he was committed to it, so
Yeah.
he was following through.
Well, that's
That's
good.
fair.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
I mean,
So-
he's got to take care of himself. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't. I mean, it sucks for the people that were there, but
Yeah. So he's out there doing events. They just couldn't do those 2. So
Okay.
I think, does that answer your
Yeah, that
question?
answers the question. And
So-
then they came back and added a Thursday night or something.
Okay. So then
I read this.
shit got canceled because they weren't having big gatherings. So I think maybe 3 of the festivals at this point were canned
Yeah,
completely for the year.
because of coronavirus.
Yeah. So what they did was they said, well, we'll take Louder Than Life, and because it was the biggest one in the U.S. last year, the biggest rock festival. So they're like, we'll add a Thursday. We'll make it a 4-day event, and Metallica is available for Thursday night. So we'll add the Thursday, and Metallica will come and headline that night, since they can't play the other ones now.
That's fair. That's
Yeah.
fair.
Okay.
So that was the latest update. But then again, we're all still kind of on hold because I got tickets to go to that too. But I don't know if it's going to happen.
I was
Yeah.
pissed because it delayed the Rage Against the Machines reuniting. You know.
Oh yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
you
that's
got-
what we were still trying to figure out if we were going to get tickets to it. And then all
Right.
this shit went down. We're like, well, I guess there's no
I
point in it now.
No
'cause
one's
it's,
getting tickets to it.
Yeah, because it,
Right.
it,
Yeah,
it
where
all
were you
got
going to go?
canceled.
They weren't even coming close.
No,
the
St.
closest was like St. Louis, I
St.
think.
Louis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a guy that could get us tickets. So.
I know a guy.
Yeah, I know a guy that was going to do it. Hey, we need to talk about how awesome we sound now. With these new sweet mics we got.
Sweet microphones.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
So last week we debuted the new mixer.
Yeah,
This week we debuted new microphones.
yeah.
The first ever live music performance on the podcast, and we're also streaming live to YouTube via an OBS, so we can do some various different things.
Yeah,
on
different
here,
overlays
so.
and stuff.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's exciting.
Cool.
I hope it sounds good on thing. It definitely sounds way better to me
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Check out the
definitely.
volume.
through my headphones. I'm gonna claim this mic mine now
Yeah.
That's cool.
because like through this coronavirus and stuff's been going on, but it's given me a good reason to be a germaphobe. So
Great.
now it's like oh yeah, hey, I'm gonna.
Were you a germaphobe
gonna
a
put
little
my-
bit before?
Yeah, I'm definitely a little bit. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I was kind of like I wish I knew which mic I was using
See?
before. Like that's always kind of bothered me a little
Let's
bit.
put something on it. Let's like put a little.
I'm thinking I'm gonna take it home and like let somebody like my kids or my niece or something like kind of just like do something on it. Like,
Oh,
do
okay.
something kind of cool on it. No, I'm not saying I'm gonna take it home and like keep it.
Take
Just
this
saying,
home
like,
and give it away for you.
I was gonna like let them do something that would like look cool.
It's probably a good idea because when you guys are gone, I come up here and lick every microphone.
See, I knew you were like that.
That's what I do.
I
It's
know.
kind of
See, I knew you were that kind of guy.
I figured you were rubbing your dick up against it
Yeah.
before.
Hey,
It's just
now,
like-
hey,
That's
now.
what started my germophobia. I come up here and seen you doing it one time, and
Yeah.
I was like,
But
man,
you told me you weren't a kink shamer,
man,
so
I'm not. You do you, but I don't. Your kink can't come into my area. You
Fair
kink
enough.
can't
He puts
everybody's
different
area.
effects on him and farts in all of them.
Yeah.
That's right. You gotta hear it with that echo, baby. It's
Yeah.
beautiful. Did you guys hear about Ellen DeGeneres getting flack for making a joke?
No.
Dude,
I
this
did.
guy-
I heard about this today.
This
Really?
is so ridiculous.
Everybody loves Ellen so much that like that one like group of like just hateful people
I know.
just need to like find a reason to
Anything.
just shit on somebody.
It's like, how can you hate on Ellen for anything? She's so happy all the time. But
Yeah.
apparently she was making like some monologue from home about coronavirus and COVID, and she made the joke that it's just like prison. I've been wearing the same clothes for 10 days straight, and everybody here is gay.
Why is that bad? That's a great joke.
That is funny.
So the flag she got was like, people in prison are struggling right now because they can't social distance.
Gosh, damn.
And of course the gay stuff. It's
Go
ridiculous.
fuck yourself.
They get what they deserve is what I kind of feel about that. I mean,
I don't know about that,
Well, they're
but
still citizens. I mean,
there
Yeah.
are citizens that committed crimes and deserve punishment. That's
they
what
don't
they're there for.
deserve to be
Yeah.
locked down in a plague infested. Like that's a
I
different.
can't help it. I mean, when I was watching The Walking Dead, I didn't feel bad for the people who were locked in prison when the zombie apocalypse was taking place. I mean, it's just a fucking circumstance of God. You can't help it.
See, I was starting off hating on these people, hating on Ellen, but now I'm
Now you're
turning
hating
on
on me.
you. Yeah. now the whole thing's turning
Well,
that way.
What I'm
So you're on the side of the inmates, is what you're telling me.
I'm on the side of they don't deserve to get coronavirus because they were in prison.
What if they have a death sentence?
Oh.
Is that okay then? Is it only the death roll people that's like, whatever?
Yeah,
and
but
take
most
care of
people that
itself?
have a death sentence are they're appealing their thing for. I mean, maybe a legitimate reason, maybe not a legitimate reason,
Right.
but
Well, but I mean, if they're quarantined and segregated in prison, how's COVID-19 going to make its way into a prison?
the guards.
Well, then the guards should be tested before they get in there. It's the
Well,
guards' fault.
Jesus,
Yeah,
but
but
I mean, if we could
it
do
takes like a
that,
week
then
to get
wouldn't nobody
results,
be
Well, that's true.
yeah, that's what we should do. We should just test everyone.
I'm
Now-
into it.
what I'm sick of is comedians having to apologize for jokes.
Oh yeah,
You
Yeah,
know,
jokes have
it's-
always been offensive. That's what they get paid
Yeah.
for.
yeah. Literally, someone is the butt of every single joke.
Right.
It's just so.
And that's what makes them beautiful is they're the people that says the things that we need to hear, so we can sometimes make light of situations that whether they're serious or not. You know, if Richard Pryor hadn't have talked about some of the race stuff when he did, you know, it helped us move past some of that stuff by highlighting it.
Well, and with the Ellen thing too, like I was all ready to kind of like get on the side of like shitting on her too, because a lot of celebrities have been pissing me off lately, like posting that shit on like we're all in this together, and they're like posting from their fucking mansion, and they're like with their pool. Like your situation is definitely not the same as everybody else's, who's like in a fucking 600 square foot apartment, and they can't. And they're in like New York City, so they're literally terrified to go get mail. Like that's like fuck you. Don't be
they don't have service people coming to their house.
Right. Yeah. Right. Like they don't have this huge amount of money that they're just sitting on. You know, they're not. Yeah, they might have lost some shows or lost some this, but they're going to be fine.
I had to make my own grilled cheese sandwich today.
It was
Damn it.
Yeah.
It was fucking terrible.
Because my
couldn't
fucking,
get the plastic off the damn cheese.
my lazy ass servant with their fucking coronavirus. Yeah.
Everybody struggle with that.
Dude, my kids are shitty cheese connoisseurs. I'm so pissed at how much they love American slices and Velveeta and how much they hate like good cheese. And I'm not even talking about like stinky cheese. I'm talking about like I can't even cut some fucking Colby Jack or some Havarti or something. These kids.
Oh, dude, I'll come over and enjoy it with you.
Mama.
I'm the same. There's this shitty cheese at the house the same way. Like, I mean, they don't care. I mean, but they'll eat the good cheese and like they don't fucking whatever. Good cheese, shitty cheese, whatever. As long as it's cheese, they're happy. So let's see, like my wife's buying good cheese or shitty cheese for them. Buying shitty cheese for them, but I'm like, well, I want the good cheese for me. Like, I don't.
What's
I
your
don't
favorite
want this
cheese?
shit. Oh, I don't even have a favorite. I mean, I guess it depends on what you're doing. I mean, some sharp cheddar on pretty much anything is gonna. But yeah, whatever. Honestly, whatever.
I grew up eating government cheese, and that sounds like it would be shitty. They used to back in the day when my great grandmother would get it on Medicaid. That shit was cheese, boy. It was like a giant block of sharp cheddar.
Well, dude, if you haven't had it, if you buy that Kraft Deli Deluxe cheese,
that's what it's like.
It's exactly what it tastes like.
Okay.
To me, I mean, I haven't had that government
that.
cheese in a long time, but when I taste it, I'm like, this tastes exactly like government. Because it's the good Kraft. Like it's pre-sliced, but it's not individually wrapped.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it don't taste like plastic.
Okay.
Is it? You ever had that, Chris? Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't know.
It's like,
but I'm not picky about cheese.
Really?
Yeah.
You just eat whatever.
See, he's like my kids.
Well,
He needs to get over there. And
Well, I used to not be until I started eating the good cheese. Now all the cheap cheese tastes like shit. Yeah.
Well, some of the quote unquote good cheese, like aged cheeses that like blue cheese and stuff like that, where it's like very old age, where it's like very blue,
right?
Like noticeably blue. I can't get with that.
I don't think I've had any like
I want no
like
funky ass
legit
cheese.
expensive blue cheese.
I may be with you on that.
I'd like to try some of that.
I would. It'd be interesting to do like a blind taste test of like
Me and TJ is going to do a cheese tasting.
I'm going. I want to go to a cheese school and learn about this shit.
We're gonna get fancied up.
I'm not doing wine. We'll do it with the whiskey instead.
We're gonna tell people that we're a gay couple. I mean, they're gonna believe it whether we say it or not.
Can we have sex, or do we have to have sex? Wait.
Well, we probably need to. I mean, if we're gonna convince everyone we're gay, we probably need to show up with that after sex look. So.
You gotta get in the character.
No, I'm gonna have sex with my wife, but then I'm gonna still have that after sex look.
Fair enough.
So
just pose for a photo.
Yeah.
I went to a pub one time and I bought a cheese plate, and it came with all kinds of different types of cheese.
Yeah.
And then have like
what kind of fancy ass pub is this?
Jellies.
Is this
and
local?
Stuff. It's closed recently. So
well, everything's closed recently, but I mean, I'm saying
before that, it's permanently closed.
Oh, before.
But
okay,
it was like British style. So,
oh, shit.
But it was really
Get
interesting.
That bangers and mash, bro.
It was interesting to try all the different, and I don't even know what kind of cheese it was, but it was all good.
See?
Oh,
That's
nice.
Cool. Yeah, I like it.
we need to have a cheese tasting. Can we get something like that without it just being like a bullshit Kroger cheese tray?
Kroger
like have it
has
in
a
here?
decent few cheeses.
If you go to that little island
do.
in
that
there,
section, yeah.
Like that you can buy like in a tray like that?
No, not a tray.
No,
You have to
individual
prepare yourself.
blocks
But
and
I can do
stuff.
that. I'll do that.
Just buy some individual
Yeah,
ones and try?
I'll prep that up. I'll get some
All right.
bruschetta. I'll do. I'll do.
You
a
gonna get a
sub.
bottle of wine instead of whiskey?
Fuck yeah. Well, not for a podcast, but we'll have a fancy night or something.
Yeah, that might be boring as fuck on a podcast. I don't know if we need to try cheese.
Nah, that's
not as fun as trying
We'll sit
whatever
around and read
quail
poetry
eggs
and stuff.
or whatever bullshit. Levi's
Those were good.
Marmite or that shit. I mean,
Right.
that's not as interesting as that.
I have something I want to tell y'all. changing the subject completely. My kids, they were after me.
My kids.
My kids. I've been after.
That's the new one there. Right? My
I've been
kids.
spending more time with them, obviously, because they're not going to school and they need to be occupied. And we did Easter the day before, so on Easter they were like, "Wait, watch a scary movie, Dad," and I'm like, "You know, watch a scary movie." They were like, "We watched The Bride of Chucky at Mom's house. We can do scary movies," and I'm like, "All right, we'll pick something out. Let's watch a classic." And I picked
Is
out.
Bride of Chucky really scary? I'm not
No.
seeing it.
I didn't see it.
It looks
It's
stupid as
fucking
shit.
terrible.
I don't know.
If you're a kid, would it be scary?
If you're a kid, yeah.
They
'cause
weren't
you're seeing,
scared
you're
by
seeing
it.
dolls walking around with knives, so yeah.
Okay.
My ex-wife said that they had to skip through. They had to skip through some like inappropriate parts. Obviously,
Yeah,
like
there's a doll sex scene, I believe. In that
But
movie.
apparently she didn't skip through that enough because
It's like-
all the
it's
kids can talk about is the sex scene. That's
it's
all
like-
I've heard about is
It's like Team America World Police. I mean, it basically is what's happening.
my,
in that
my
movie.
boy was like they
That one's rough.
he was like they said, "Do you have a rubber?" He didn't know what it meant, but he still remembered the freaking line.
That's so funny.
I know. Anyway, so I was like, all right, and I was like, I hadn't seen, but I remember as a kid liking it, the original Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh, but I bet I haven't seen that as an adult, but I bet that freaked the fuck out of him.
So we watched it,
Oh God.
and
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
so first of all, it holds up. It's a good movie. Like it
Legitimately
there's some
scary?
silly parts. Like I don't know if y'all remember, but at one point, spoiler alert to a 1984 movie, but Freddy's arms grow real big, and he's like, "Rrr." So it's clearly a dream state.
Right.
And they all liked it. You know, the younger kids were really close to me while we were watching it. But man, all week there wasn't a night a kid didn't get up afraid to come to my bed. Dude, the first night I didn't get a consecutive 2 hours of sleep the entire night. The first night afterwards.
Wait, what was it just like? I mean, did they say they were scared? Or they try to invent some bullshit.
Freddy's gonna get me to
Well,
sleep.
the first night they were just straight up honest about it. They were just like, "I'm afraid of Freddy. Freddy gets
Oh
me."
God.
Later they started realizing like they'd have to make up some new stuff. So my middle daughter came up here and she was like, I'm not afraid. I just can't sleep. I go, "Well, honey, just count some sheep and imagine relaxing." She goes, "Okay, I'm afraid."
Hey, Daddy, I don't need that bullshit. I'm scared.
And then I thought, how stupid of a dad am I? I show him a movie where the bad guy can't get you unless you fall asleep.
Right. I was gonna say,
Yeah.
I was gonna point that out because compared to the one with the dolls, if you don't have a doll in the room,
Yeah.
you know,
Oh, you know what a
but
million
you're gonna sleep and maybe dream. So
Like, dude, the $1 million movie would be a monster that like gets you, but he can't if you're in bed and quiet.
That's right. That's right.
Like how?
that's
Like
true.
that would get like
There you go.
like-
Tremors.
everybody would be. Oh yeah, like Tremors. Be like, look, you're up in bed. If you walk on the floor or you get loud, he's gonna come up out of the ground and get you.
Right.
Yeah.
yeah.
And
That's
Reba
great.
was in that movie too,
Or-
right?
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
We
We
Yes,
talked
you was.
about this on the last podcast.
Did we really?
Yeah, we talked
just
about
briefly, yeah.
Tremors. Levi, give us a rundown of Tremors. I couldn't
I was
remember.
like, that's the lady from Tremors.
yeah,
funny.
that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
So what about one like A Quiet Place? I haven't seen that.
Oh,
Good.
I hadn't either.
but the idea
It's good.
is you got to be quiet.
that would
So-
probably be a better one because that was probably less scary than Nightmare on Elm Street would have been.
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
It's not that bad, honestly. It's a good
Yeah.
movie. Well directed.
yeah, I liked it. I mean, like all scary movies, it had your like your kind of
Cliche moments.
like parts where you're like, okay, is that really the best decision you could have made right there? But you know,
Yeah.
all in all,
Well, I'll tell
think
you
it
what
was
I
very
didn't
good.
remember about Nightmare on Elm Street. At the end of the movie, nobody's really dead. Everybody's alive again.
Wait, what?
Everybody that died at the movie
What?
is all back in the convertible and they're alive. It's like when the girl
Wait, what?
wasn't afraid of Freddy and she's like,
I have no memory of
Yeah.
this.
yeah, they're all there. They're all alive. Nobody's dead. All these people die and
Wait,
nobody's
so
dead. at the
but
end of the movie.
all the kids get killed except for the one girl, right
Right.
at the end.
I think that's right. Yeah.
But no, isn't that how it ends though? Like she goes out her house, like everything's okay, and then he grabs her.
Her mom even dies in earlier, and then when she's like, "You don't have power over me. I know how this works," and then like she walks out, her mom's alive. All the kids come pull up in a convertible.
No,
They're all
but
alive.
that's the thing though. She's dreaming, and Freddy gets her at the end.
Yeah, I think
He
Chad's right
pulls
on
her
this.
through the door. because she's out waving at him, and Freddie gets her.
Oh
Because
shit!
that's
they
the
did
thing.
get pulled through the door because she
Oh
got
my
pulled through the
God.
little hole.
Right.
I just watched it like 2 nights ago. How did I?
TJ's
Yeah,
not
so-
going to be able to sleep tonight now.
Yeah, Freddie kills them all. That's
I didn't
the
realize.
thing.
I didn't realize that was meaning that them being alive was the dream. I didn't even think about it like that.
Yeah, they're all dead. She's
Mind
just dreaming
blown.
that
As,
they're
like,
alive.
as like watching Inception, you're just like, wait, hold on, what's real?
Mind blown.
Wow, here we go.
Fuck yeah! It's a good movie.
He's going to call you when he can't sleep now.
I know.
Oh, I
Like,
fucked up.
Jam you,
Yeah, you
Chad.
fucked-
Oh,
yeah, you
I
fucked
fucked
up.
up. Oh, I gotta put
Chad.
my phone on. I gotta put my
Can't
phone
sleep.
Chad, I'm not afraid. I just got some stuff I want to talk about the podcast.
on. Be like, well, TJ, you know.
I am afraid.
Yeah.
He's going to want to get in your bed now.
Yeah. Well, whatever.
Another thing I read this week that I thought was ridiculous. This should be a Tales of the Guano, but it's not. Amy Schumer, which I'm not a big fan of Amy Schumer. She's a
it's-
joke stealer.
It's about
Yeah.
her kid.
Yeah, you heard about
Yeah, I
this?
heard about this. Go ahead.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. Oh, I did hear about this. Too.
I have not heard about
Okay,
this,
I
so
was
it's
gonna say,
brand new to
everybody
me.
knows about it. Then.
Yeah. No,
So
you're good.
I'll tell it to you then.
Okay.
She wants to pay tribute when she has this kid to one of her favorite comedians, and
Hold on. So Amy Schumer's currently pregnant with her first child. Is that what we're
she's
doing
already
here?
had it now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
okay.
already. This is past. She wants to pay tribute to one of her favorite comedians and friends, Dave Attell.
Okay.
So she names her kid after him. She names it like her husband. Her and her husband's real last name is Fisher. So she names the kid Gene Attell Fisher. And then she posts this on Twitter.
That's some strong, like,
connection. Yeah,
I mean, I haven't named my kids after any of y'all. So,
you should have, bro.
really?
I mean,
I mean, I named one of my kids after my grandma, but you know.
you mean your grandma meant more to you than me?
Yes.
We'll talk about this later. We'll talk about this later. So she posted this on Twitter, and like when I read this at first, I thought this is a joke. But apparently, it lasted for a long time. People immediately jumped on it. The name, when you say it together, is Gene Attell Fisher. Genidal.
Oh.
She
Genital.
named her kid fucking Genital.
Oh, Jesus. That sucks.
So like
you gotta do that,
You
man.
gotta run 'em
Anytime I name
together.
any of my kids, like I went through the initials, like I went through all the things, like you could kind of abbreviate it or change it, and of course you can make any name into like something else.
Right,
but I'm like,
right.
none of these are that bad, so it'll be fine.
Yeah. But
Ugh.
she changed it now
Ugh,
to
that's
Gene
unfortunate.
David, which after David Tell.
Yeah.
Oh, she
Fisher.
actually changed the kid's
Changed
name.
the kid's name.
Internet forced, so she can tell her kid one day that you had this name, but the internet give me enough shit.
Well,
Well, I think
like
she agreed
Yeah.
after. She's like, oh, I didn't think about that.
Genital's a pretty bad name for
I
a
guess
child.
that's fair enough. I thought this was going to be something to make me dislike her, but that just makes me kind of feel bad. Like,
Yeah. Nah. I mean, you could dislike her if you
Hey,
want.
I'm glad she chose now. I mean, that kid was going to find out that
The
Yeah.
hard way.
eventually.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
for sure.
props to her for making the right decision to go ahead and like change it. Like I was kind of shitting on her for like the internet pressuring her, but it's probably the internet pressures some good things. Like
I know.
actually, a lot of times the internet presses some good things. So yeah,
Definitely.
yeah, that was probably the best. I enjoyed that. That's a good story you had there,
I
and
thought it was
it's not even Tales of the Guano.
I know. It really deserved a slot in there, probably. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
I don't know.
I'm digging this whiskey. It's good.
I'm
Oh, he's
I'm
done
too-
with this.
Let's get some more.
I always get like shit, I'm
I
like
enjoyed it.
behind. We killed it all so fast.
Yeah,
Let's-
we went through that one
You're
really
the whiskey
fast.
pour.
all right. I don't know how I got this job, but
That's your thing.
Official whiskey pour.
hey, I did good. I didn't spill that much this time.
I know. I got you a bunch of napkins just in case, though.
Yeah, I mean, I needed there. You had your normal like what runs down the neck that I needed. But
Yeah.
Other than that,
Yeah.
So you mentioned something about the shape of the bottle. Somebody did, and they had a note in here that said that that they did that on purpose, crafted with a bartender in mind. Easy to find on a crowded bar and easy to pour.
oh, see, maybe that's what happened then.
See?
Maybe it's the bottle shape that's
Thank you.
making me so good. I don't know if I give you enough.
That's fine.
I figure you can always pour more, but
Yeah.
My I just noticed my coaster here is our old logo. So
Yeah.
now we've
I'm digging
Levi
I'm digging the
redesigned
new logo.
You like
Yeah.
that
oh,
better?
I love the
Yeah,
new logo.
appreciate
Yeah,
it.
it's not that I'm like hating on the old logo, but the new logo is. I guess I'm more of a Oh, what is
The
that? Like a
clean
simple.
minimalist.
a clean, simple.
Yeah,
minimalist
I'm always
design.
a minimalist thing because my thing is like the headphone and thing. Like you could have that on a T-shirt just by itself, and that would be like really cool without Whiskey Bros, without any of that on it, and that would be a cool T-shirt. And then if somebody recognized it, they'd recognize it, and if they didn't, it still looks like a good T-shirt.
I totally agree. I want some stickers. I'd like to have stickers.
Yeah, some
of that.
stickers or window decal would be
Yeah.
cool.
I don't know.
I like
I
the contrast of the black and the
Yeah.
reds.
I still think it needs like something going along the bottom though. Like that's the only thing. Like just some kind of like
middle
phrase
finger.
or logo. No,
sorry.
like a Whiskey Bros podcast, and then something to like give you an idea of like what you're going to be listening to.
Yeah, we can talk about that.
We have talked about it. If anybody has any suggestions, because
Throw 'em on.
we have.
Yeah, actually, throw anything on the chat that you want. We can put it.
Yeah,
on the,
any catchphrases or anything that just sounds good. I mean, look, I don't know what you guys.
How long is it
think
going to be for it's the gayest guys?
the gas guys. I don't know. You might get that pretty quick.
Yeah.
yeah. There's
Cool.
See, and I think it looks better like in the corner because it's not so busy as the old one.
yeah. There's a lot going on with it.
Definitely.
Hey, since we kind of like I was the only one that knew that Chris was bringing this Metallica whiskey, and I knew we were gonna do some music thing.
You knew all this?
Well, I knew a couple
You
little
didn't
things.
tell us?
Yeah, I was keeping it.
You betrayed.
Well,
you betrayed me.
I had
was protecting
suggested
you.
I had suggested the whiskey.
I was
previously,
protecting
so.
you so you could be surprised.
Yeah,
I like that.
I
I'm like-
appreciate it.
I'm
But
like-
you rolled in here like you didn't know.
I was like,
now
"Oh,
now I
what
know
is
you knew the whole
this?"
time. Yeah, your whole surprise was fake.
He didn't know much about it.
Yeah, I never know much about anything, so I don't have to pretend.
I think my new thing on this podcast is guilting TJ into things. Last podcast, I was trying to guilt him into getting me a T-shirt.
I know, and they sent the T-shirt that Panic at the Costco. They sent the T-shirt. They sent some stickers, and Allison, who gave us these glasses, gave me the 2 stickers and said, "Give these to Chad Levi." So I have the stickers if you want them.
Oh shit, dude! Those people are gonna be pissed though. I've seen so much Panic at the Costco stuff.
I
Like
know.
they're doing like a SOE who my koozie is. Like they have like all kinds of Panic at the Costco stuff. But the thing is, I thought about it. Like I was listening back to our old podcast, and I'm like, how do we not bring up the fact that this band is pissed because people are ripping off their band name
Right.
when they rip their band name off another fucking
Right,
band?
Right.
Like, how are you even going to be mad?
Not only that, they
No, it's
should
good. It's good pup for them.
They should like embrace it and
Yeah.
try to let this ride them up to a little bit of stardom a little bit.
They
Oh,
should. There
absolutely,
should be,
yeah.
they should have pictures all over their Instagram with them on their band playing on like stacks of toilet paper and shit.
Yeah.
It should just be like hand sanitizer and toilet paper everywhere. And
like a throne from Game of Thrones of toilet paper.
yeah, that's exactly what they should do.
Yeah. We need to be their PR team.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be good.
You see how good this mic is? I was like, like loud there, and it didn't even like peg out or
They didn't
anything.
peg nothing.
See what-
Nice.
So I got you a couple of stickers there
Sweet.
if you want. They're obnoxiously large
I'll take them.
for for a sticker. It's like our band. We got a cool band name. Let's put it on a sticker that's as big as your entire fucking face.
There you go.
I need
That's
it.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
You don't want to put it
No,
there.
I'm just fucking with you.
I do the same thing I do with stickers. I'm like, this is an awesome sticker, and whenever I get something really cool, I'm gonna stick it on there.
Yeah.
It's like I'm
And
so
never- and ne-
indecisive.
It never
I,
comes.
I know I can't even stick stickers on anything.
got a
I'm
bag
so
full of
indecisive.
stickers.
That's the best thing about collecting vinyl is I get these little boxes that I put my 45s in, and I get to put any sticker on that because I feel like it like suits it.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to
That's
just be
not the
more
best thing about
liberal
collecting.
with my stickers. Just
Yeah.
start sticking them on things.
I hate those cars that are just like.
Not my vehicle. That's a
Yeah.
As a musician, you just put them on your guitar case.
Yeah, no, see,
solid move.
I'm not that
You
cool
have a
though.
place to put things.
Your guitar case doesn't have a lot of stickers.
No,
on it.
no,
You got
I don't.
Metallica, and what's that other one?
The
there?
other one is Trivium, which, by the way,
Tribute. Oh, yeah.
they've got a new album coming out next week. So
Hey, that's a good question.
I will be doing an album review on that for sure.
So your podcast, we mentioned that you're from the Through the Never podcast,
Yes.
which I'm a fan of, and I'll tell you why I'm a
Appreciate
fan of it. Sometimes you review music festivals and things like that, but what I love is the album reviews because I'm not up on all the releases like I should be, and sometimes I don't know if things are worthwhile. And you took time to review like the Slipknot album, I appreciated that, and the new Ozzy album, so it got me excited to hear both of those
Well,
albums.
I've never listened to the podcast at all. So like, what am I listening to here? Like,
So
I'm gonna just being honest. Like, so
No, it's
so
good.
like, how long is it? And like, what are you expecting to hear?
I think they're generally 15 to 30 minutes long
Okay.
on average. Now, I've got a couple that went
Here's
an
the
hour
logo
or so.
for it.
I appreciate it. So
Oh, nice.
it's a mix of things.
That is a cool logo. Where did you come up with that?
Yeah.
That's good.
Making a logo is a pain in the ass. I mean, that's one thing that's nice about having one that's simple. I mean, you still have to get the font and whatever, but it's hard to find something you like, and it's a whole new thing of art you got to figure out.
And it has to like kind of define you. And,
Right.
Yeah, because
You know.
it's very much a reflection of
Right.
it's your identity.
Well, and it's a lot of people's first impression.
Right, yeah, because they're going to see that first.
Which is which is why I think we need like a little something under ours, because I think a lot of people are going to think they're going to tune in this podcast to learn about whiskey, and you're not going to do that.
I can't
You're
tell
not doing that.
from this angle, but in mine, there's also headphones.
Yeah,
you
you
have
can see it.
headphones also.
Okay.
And they look.
Okay.
Are they purple? They look
No,
purple.
they're
they're
like
blue.
a blue.
It's a dark blue,
Yeah.
I think.
I'm colorblind.
Chad,
So-
you're colorblind. Let's not comment on color, buddy.
If they're dark blue,
Chad cannot be a
Dark
color
blue-
commentator for anything.
So to answer your question, it's a
good.
mix of content. So I've got some album
I hate you, bro.
reviews. I'll review live events that I go to,
oh, okay.
and then sometimes I'll have a guest and we'll talk about some music related subject.
About how many episodes have you done?
I think it's 14.
Oh,
maybe.
okay.
So it's fairly new.
You just kind of come out with them when you feel like it, or do you have a schedule?
I was trying to do about 2 a month, but I'm not quite making that every time. So one
okay.
to 1 to 2 a month
Are your
on average.
sorry? I feel like I'm turning this into an interview
No,
now.
no.
But are your album reviews always like new stuff, or are you going like doing old stuff, or?
It's mostly new stuff, but I am doing a few older things that I feel like need a spotlight.
I feel like if you're doing album reviews, like new stuff, you can't help but reference old stuff and talk
Yeah.
about it while you're doing.
Yeah, there's some of that, but as far as if it's one that I'm doing that's new, I want to do it within like the first 2 weeks that it's out. I feel like after that point, it's not new anymore. And
Well, I'll tell you
I want
something
to jump right on it if that's the case.
Something interesting was he did the review of the Ozzy Osbourne's new album. And
Ozzy Osbourne has a new album.
Yeah.
Oh, he
Yeah.
does have a new album
Yeah.
because he was on a.
Yeah.
it's pretty
Yeah.
good. He has a song with Elton John on there and
Yeah.
everything. It's kind of cool.
Awesome. So you did listen to it then?
Yeah, I listened to it because of your podcast, and
Yeah.
that's what I was going to say. I learned something that I hadn't heard at all to that point, is that Tom Morello did guitars on a couple of tracks on the album.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I didn't hear that anywhere else. I still haven't
Yeah.
heard anyone else.
Yeah, Post Malone
Say it
was on
until
it
I
as well.
searched.
There's he had a bunch of he had a few different collaborators.
Out of curiosity, what was the? Did you happen to do one on Fear Inoculum by Tool? I was curious about that one.
I made a reference to it, and it might have been the Slipknot one. Do you remember?
I don't remember. Do you like
Um,
that album though?
I was not a fan.
I've not
What
listened
about
to it
you?
all the way through.
So-
It's hard to find. Even if you look for it on Amazon, like the CD copy is $27, and the album is like
You know where
over
you can
60.
find. You know where you can find it?
Where?
Spotify.
Well, yeah, probably.
Now
For $15 a month.
I have Apple Music,
Right.
so
Yeah.
I just listen to it on that. But I found it wasn't. I listened to that during pretty much that whole album. I listened to during runs in the morning.
Okay.
I go out and go for a run and listen to it then. And my issue with Tool is that they tend to be sort of a metal version of a jam band.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's fair.
Yeah.
Mm.
It kind of
get
drones
that.
on with the same kind of thing, and then
That's
it
a
kind
very
of
good way to describe it.
slowly transitions to something else. Now, I
But I-
really love the sound.
Yeah.
I like the band. The drummer is fantastic. The guitar players are great. All the players are good. My issue with them, specifically with the newer album, is the vocals. The vocals were weak except for a couple of songs. Tempest was good, but my issue is I would listen to a song. I'm like, oh, this song is rocking, and vocals were like, I felt like they were building up, and then music would just really kick in, and I'm like, here's the place to let loose vocally, and then he would just be silent and let the music play, and I'm like, it was a lost opportunity, and I feel like I kept getting let down while I was listening to it.
Dude, that's
So-
fucking great analysis. Like that's the kind of shit like that I wanted to hear because like I've not listened to the whole thing through, but that sounds 100% accurate. When you said like a jam band that's trying to
Yeah.
be metal,
See,
that's,
Well, I can't do jam bands. That's an issue for me. I want to hear it go somewhere, so I can do long epic song. I mean, and Metallica is a big influence on me musically. So if you look at their older catalog, especially, they'll have 7-8 minute long songs, and they're epic. They go somewhere. There's a journey, and I can do that. I can go along with that, but I don't get that from Tool. I
Yeah.
kind of feel more
So would you say a band like Muse, you would say they go somewhere with their long?
Yeah, they're a little bit more eclectic or experimental, I guess, in some ways. But for one, their songs are probably half as long, so
Yeah.
it's not a big deal. But some of those Tool songs were like over 10 minutes.
Yeah, which is crazy.
And so if you're gonna do that, you've got to keep my interest the whole time. And if you like stop and you're doing this like droning thing, you got to get through it quick enough to build it back up to go somewhere. Otherwise, now because I was on a run, I was able to listen to it and it wasn't a big deal.
Yeah.
But I haven't gone back and listened to any of those songs except for Tempest.
See, I think you've just said right there kind of my issue with Tool in general. Like I'm like you, if it's on and I'm doing something, I really enjoy it.
If you're in the gym or something,
but if I'm just listening to it, I'm like, all right, when are we? Is it time to skip to the next song?
Right.
Is something else about to happen? Like we're just kind of.
I like the album, but I like it in the context of when I put it on while I'm like cleaning the house or something, and I have
absolutely.
it cranked, and I love that and I think that's what they intend to do though. I like the environment they create, the sound environment they create. Like it takes you some place to a different land almost.
That's
They take
what they're
those
known for.
Alex Gray paintings and interpret it into music, and I think that's kind of great.
You could maybe even compare them to sort of a Pink Floyd.
Yeah,
in that way.
Perfect.
Although
Perfect
I would say Pink Floyd has more of a to it because you could listen to it as a single.
Yeah.
or a
I've
song.
always thought Tool was like an evolution of Pink Floyd. Like they're kind of taking that and
You could say that about Incubus too, and they're
Yeah.
heavily influenced by Pink Floyd.
yeah.
But it's also stoner
Man, I
band,
love
so
some
that kind of
Incubus.
makes sense.
But I like that. I like the Tool album, and I like Tool in general. But just like you guys, if I'm making a playlist or a mix CD or something, it's hard. You don't pick one of those longer Journey songs. You take one of the shorter songs and throw it on there. 'Cause it's too much for a mix.
So I didn't make an entire episode about that because I felt like I would probably kind of shit on it a bit. And
That's not a bad.
that was early in. It was like into my first couple episodes, and I didn't want to start off that way.
Gotcha.
So
I gotcha.
at the beginning of one of my other reviews, I just mentioned that I had listened to it and I wasn't a big fan, and I made a couple of comments about it, and then I moved on.
Do you ever shit on like music, or do you try to keep your reviews positive?
I was actually talking to TJ about this earlier, that I need to expand to things, maybe do a few that I'm not expecting to like, because I want to be 100% on those. Like
organic.
Yeah. But typically, I mean, so far I've mainly done reviews on things that I was excited and anticipating. So far I've pretty much liked all of them, or at least like.
Yeah, I think that can be a problem. You hear people that's like they want to keep their content positive, and so if it's something they don't like, they just choose to not talk about it or not do anything. But then at the same time, it's like, well, you want to know their take on it. Like you want to know, and I understand they don't want to shit on whatever product or whatever they're into, and they don't want to kind of publicly do that, or publicly kind of take their audience on a negative.
Yeah.
But still, you kind of it validates you a little more when you talk about something negatively.
Well, and that's what I did with the Tool thing. I wanted to make a comment on it, but I said, hey, I'm not going to do a whole podcast on this because I don't have anything really to say outside of this. And I wasn't going to break down the different songs because to me they kind of all ran together as one long thing.
That's kind of Tool's thing, anyways, though, right?
The whole album is like a
one piece of art.
Right.
One song broke up into.
I totally respect that. Like that is their thing, and they're known for that, and that's what their fans want, and that's what they do. It's just not my taste so much. Now, I have had a couple of them album reviews where I've maybe picked out a couple of songs in particular that I didn't mention that, but what I want to do is going. That's something I was thinking about going forward. I want to expand to some things that I'm not expecting to like as much, and I was kind of saying that with TJ about whiskeys too.
Yeah, he'd love to hear us do whiskeys we don't like.
Yeah.
He said.
I guess
But then I said we got to drink the motherfucker. Easy for you to say as a listener.
Well, first and foremost, though, the Jeffersons reserve that.
But we didn't expect to not like that.
We did shit on that.
Yeah,
we did.
yeah.
And Flatboat was not great.
I'll say,
didn't the Jeffersons? Didn't we like start drinking a different whiskey?
Yeah,
With
yeah,
the podcast?
absolutely did. Yeah.
No,
The flatboat. I was so excited about showing y'all the flatboat, and I hated it when we shit
I was
on
too
it.
because Flatboat's made by 1792.
I know.
It's a Barton.
Yeah, that's right.
you know,
shit
it
on-
was
we
it
kind
was
of
okay,
shit on that
but
too.
I
relationship
built
thing
it
with
up
Liquor
so
Barn.
much. It was like, meh.
Yeah.
We should have known it was a Liquor Barn exclusive and been like,
Yeah, when you're
but
next to
still,
Liquor Barn.
it was from the distillery it was coming from. I had moderate.
I'll tell y'all something
expectations.
funny about this. So I told y'all in the last podcast that the guy that's kind of the flagship for Guidance Whiskey had liked some stuff from us.
Yeah.
So
And we liked his whiskey.
yeah,
we did.
okay. So
That's seriously, that's probably one of the top whiskeys that we've had on here.
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
absolutely, but he started interacting with me like with our Whiskey Bros profile, which I see first, and it was I was interacting back and forth, and it came pretty clear that he'd been hacked by somebody, and it wasn't really him
Gotcha.
because he started talking about some shit that was like financial Federal Reserve and stuff. And so I reached out to the Guidance Whiskey Instagram account and just told him like, because he's an old dude. He probably
Yeah.
didn't even realize what's going on here.
Wait, he's not got like people though that kind of like
Social
don't-
media marketing?
I don't know.
or-
I don't-
Whoever's managing one social media is probably managing the other.
Right.
So if you
But-
let them know they've been hacked,
But they
you know.
they appreciated me telling them, and then I told them that we had drank their whiskey and we really liked it, and they were like, then there was this back and forth, and they were like, tell me what episode you drank it on, and tell us when your upcoming one is coming out, and we'll promote it, which was awesome. I was like, oh, that's exciting.
nice.
Guidance Whiskey wants to promote us. But then I went back and listened to us talking about their whiskey.
oh, it wasn't
And
me shitting on the label.
No, we loved their whiskey, but we shit on their bottle so hard that I didn't send them
Oh,
anything because I was
no.
like, they're gonna be pissed if they hear.
Send it to him anyways.
Yes, send it anyways.
Well, I'm glad because we were true to ourselves, and the shit that was written on the bottle was kind of lame.
yeah.
Well, send it to him and tell him that. Be like, look,
We love the whiskey, but we hated what you had written.
well,
on there.
and tell him like, look, we regularly brought up y'all's whiskey on
yeah,
like
as-
consecutive podcasts because we always compare the whiskey to something
yeah,
else.
yeah.
And I still think Guidance is probably like, I don't know, number one or number two.
yeah, but
It's on up
Chad
there.
reads the bottle and he
Yeah.
goes, "Oh boy, I'm glad I tasted it before I read this bottle. I wouldn't have bought it."
Well, dude, I mean, how good of a recommendation am I giving right there?
Right.
Like,
Perfect.
look,
Yeah.
look, don't read the bottle, just drink it. The whiskey's
Yeah.
really good. The
Speaks for
bottle,
itself.
Yeah.
Well, it's a good thing that you had one like Jefferson's and you didn't like, because otherwise you could come
Yeah.
across as we just like all of it.
well, the
know?
Guidance whiskey bottle looks fine, and the front looks fine. It's just what they said on the back
The
just
text.
sounds,
Yeah.
it just sounds like I don't know.
yeah.
And I still stand by that. I said, say, what does it say? Blackened, a bold collaboration of the finest hand-selected whiskeys, an unrivaled composition of craft and creativity, born and cast forged by sound. Yeah, see, fuck yeah, that's what you say. Yeah, even though forged by sound is fucking stupid, but still, it's awesome. Like it still sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Forged by sound. What the fuck is forged by
Well,
sound?
they're talking about
It's like a blacksmith
how they're
sound.
hitting it with the
pounded.
sound.
Oh, I know, but I'm just saying that doesn't make any sense. You
What if
cannot
it
do.
What if it did though?
What if
Yeah,
it did?
You have the
The
It
aging
goes
process
with-
has
the
microorganisms.
So
you
you're thinking like there's two different Jack Daniel bottles that's like taste completely different because some dude was arguing with his wife on the phone, like buy
What if
that
it-
barrel.
What if it did?
What if it did?
Yeah.
What if it did?
That would
Well,
be ridiculous.
there was a whole nother thing I didn't read about particular subwoofers and stuff that they use. So they really
There's no way. There's
It's-
no fucking way. It's liquid inside of a barrel. Like
I'll tell you, the sales
no
guy
way the
though,
sound is
sales
doing
guy
anything.
that sold them on that idea
Oh.
is brilliant.
oh, it sounds cool as fuck. I'm still not even mad about it. Like I don't feel cheated by it. It's still cool that they did it. And I'm still glad that we got the set list and everything. But still, like there's
Yeah,
no way
it's
that's
probably bullshit,
affecting the
but it's
taste of the
cool.
whiskey.
You got to do something to differentiate yourself. So why not?
Well, yeah, I do think that's cool. I think that's cool that they did it. I think it's cool that music was played while this was being aged. I mean, I think everything is cool. There's just no way you're selling me that that's changing the way it tastes.
Right.
You're not selling like that's very dumb.
I'm curious with you guys too. Like we've not actually ever scored or ranked our whiskeys. I mean, we talked
here's
about
Levi
rank-
and his ranking.
Well, I like rank. Well, you brought me a tier list website and
Yeah,
it was
but-
great.
Oh,
I
I
loved
know.
it. I
I
loved
know.
it.
We should develop
Our own
our
scoring
own
system.
scorecard system.
Yeah, but just on a scale of 1 to 10, like how would you guys rate this?
Man,
this
It's
I don't know.
hard.
I know it's hard to
there.
put you on the spot about it.
I like
Because
I like this
things
whiskey,
are
though.
different though. That's the thing. Like your best like bourbon and your best rye. I mean, it depends on my mood.
That's
so many
why
things
our-
depend
our
on my mood.
Our score system should include multiple categories. Like,
That's like saying what's
So
better?
bourbon, rye,
What's
and
better, a
whiskey.
Mustang or an F-150? It's like, well, do I need to move some furniture,
true.
Right.
or do I need to, or am I going
am
out
I-
on a date? Like,
Yeah,
so
right.
what's the
Depends
category?
on
Am
what
I
I'm
trying to catch
doing here.
roadhead, or am I trying to haul some mulch? you
Right.
know?
What's the?
Both.
What would you classify this? as? 'Cause
F-150.
it's a blend. So
it
It's
is.
a blend, I would consider it a blended whiskey.
so a blend would be a separate category.
I think my
Yeah.
thing is like if you want, I couldn't really put it in any kind of bourbon category. It's more like
It's a whiskey.
it's a whiskey that has a rye
Right.
flavor mixed with it.
Yeah,
Right.
it said predominantly bourbon, but it was classified as a whiskey.
And that would be my thing. Like if that sounds interesting to you, then yeah.
How is this with a mixer? Have you had it with a mixer? It tastes great
maybe.
straight.
See,
I'm curious about how it would be.
To me,
It
this
seems
is
like
to
it
me,
wouldn't
this
need a
is
mixer.
one
Yeah, I
that
think it
you
would
don't
fuck it up.
mix.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that would fuck this completely up.
I think so
Yeah.
too.
But I don't know that
Even light mixer, I think, would change the flavor completely.
well, I think anything that we've had on here that sucks are the only ones that would be a good mixer.
Well, it doesn't have to suck. I mean, like the
1792
one,
is a
101
delicious
good,
whiskey
is a good
straight, but it's also good with a mixer.
I've never mixed.
Wild
it with
turkey
anything.
is good straight, but it's also good with a mixer.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. I mean, I guess sometimes
He's
you're in
trying
the,
it.
you're in
He's
the
putting
mood.
Sprite in it.
Oh, he's doing it right now.
He's gonna try it and tell us about it.
Wait, what ratio did you mix that there? I didn't pay
He
attention.
went light with the Sprite.
3 to
It was
1.
like- That's good.
3 to 1.
Yeah,
I've heard
three
Sprite
parts
whiskey anyways.
1 part Sprite.
It's good. I mean, I think it's fun.
I'm not mixing it. It seems disrespectful. Dude, look, they played an entire set list for you on this,
Yeah.
and you're gonna fuck that up by putting. What did they play for that?
I just
Sprite
wanted
bottle?
to try all the things.
That Sprite bottle, they played Baja Men Who Let the Dogs Out.
They mix together well.
Oh, let the dogs out! That's
That
a,
whiskey goes like shit.
this is not the Sprite remix. So,
Oh
so-
shit! I
But
forgot
hey,
they
it's the
had
same thing. It's like how do you rank Baja Men Who Let the Dogs Out versus Metallica? It's like, well, no,
Depends on what mood you're in.
yeah, am I trying to jam out with my buddies, or do I want some hoochies to shake their ass? Like what?
Or are you curious?
Because if I want some hoochies to shake their ass, Metallica's a terrible choice.
Right.
Yeah,
True
no,
story.
you're
True
right about
story. But imagine the hoochies that would shake their ass. Those
Well,
are prime candidates.
Yeah,
right
that's a
there.
rare find though.
rare find.
Yeah.
I have a game for us.
Okay.
Oh, we
I
have.
don't have a sound effect for it, so I'm gonna play.
Let Chris play
Oh.
something.
You want to play something? Can
No,
you play
no.
something?
We've turned it
Can you
off
play?
now.
We can turn it on. Can you play something?
I don't know what you're
Make
wanting.
up on the spot an intro to a game.
Oh
To a music game.
We're not doing
game
that.
music.
You're not
We're
gonna do
doing-
that?
No, we're not doing that.
He's way
No.
too prepared.
Oh,
No.
shit!
I like to prepare for.
How about
things.
this then?
You do stupid things when you're drunk.
There you
Well,
go.
We
There you go.
definitely,
Yeah.
we definitely do stupid.
All right. In this game, you have
Can I just say your notebook looks like a serial killer notebook right now?
yeah.
You filled this notebook completely out on both sides, and then you have Post-its covering up the things that you've written out. No, I'm not hating. It's amazing. This is an
I didn't-
amazing thing here.
I didn't see the post-its. I thought it was a diary.
I just hope there's not a kill list in there. Look at this.
Dear
Look
di-
at this.
Dear
You're-
diary.
No, he
Dear
printed.
diary.
He printed out shit.
Show that to the camera.
He printed out shit and taped that to a Post-it and posted that to the notebook on top of shit that he wrote in
Listen,
the notebook.
I'll tell you how that happened.
He
What is
take-
going on here?
He quit taking his meds.
Dude, what kind of Seven, the movie Seven, kind of bullshit is this?
This is gluttony. No, I was.
3 hours is not enough to
Oh,
go through
shit.
whatever you have in that notebook.
I have a lot of
is
issues.
too.
All right, mentally.
We'll get there.
So here's
I don't want to read what's in there.
here's what I'll say. I had intended to write on those post-it notes, and then what I wanted to write was fucking long. So I was like, shit, I'll just print it out and cut it and paste and tape that motherfucker on here.
You posted it on a post-it within a book.
You,
But
you
here's the reason.
understand
No,
the
I
point
understand
of,
why.
You
Here's
understand
the
the point of
space.
notes is just kind of scribble it out and do
but
it
here's
in
the
there, right?
reason I can flip this up. The answer, because it's a game.
Oh, okay.
The answer is under it.
Okay. That makes sense.
Oh.
that makes more
So
sense.
I've got. Just listen, okay?
All right.
So what I'm gonna do is read lyrics to some songs, and I'm gonna read them at kind of monotoned, and you have to you have to like chime in by saying your name.
Okay. We should have
So-
got to this way earlier.
So if you know it, you say Chad.
Okay.
You
And
buzz
you
in
can
with
go
your
ahead
name.
and say it, because if he fucks it up, I'll give you a shot too.
And the point is to guess the song.
So
Sorry, I shouldn't
song
be
and
interrupting.
artist. So
You
You
gotta
get
know
1 point for
both.
each. Two if you get
there's
both
1
right.
point for song, 1 point for artist, and 2 points. Yeah, 2
Okay.
points. So
Okay.
you can fuck one up and you only get 1 point.
This doesn't seem
Can
near.
you keep up with the score for me some way?
This doesn't seem near stereo. Hey, you have a laptop right in front of you. It has a program on it called Notepad.
Don't let Chad
Hey,
pressure you.
this
into,
is an actual note.
don't let Chad pressure you.
Actually,
into-
that's a 2-in-1 notebook, so you could just write it on the.
Don't
on
let
the
Chad
notebook.
pressure you. Don't let Chad pressure you.
Like you could
Fuck
write
that
it
guy.
on. Like you
He's an
literally have an
asshole.
electronic thing that you could write on. In
I
front
love
of you.
this guy. He's an asshole.
I got it on this screen. This is not dual monitors. I'm not fucking with it right
Okay, you do you.
Okay.
You do you.
now. I need a pen. I give me a pen.
Oh, you know what? You have a pen. It's your finger that you can do on that notebook.
He's got you there. I'll be honest. He's still an asshole, but he's got you.
All right. All right.
I'm guessing there's not a notepad at all in Chad's house.
He has no paper.
No, I actually
Just a computer
His
everywhere.
internet shuts down and he's like, I'm fucked.
I actually do have like notebooks that I have to write shit in, but I don't
Oh,
like it. I'm still
shit.
mad about
Oh,
it.
He's pissed about it.
I'm like,
All right, are you guys ready? So say your name to buzz in. This is called Guess the Song Game.
okay.
All right, here we go.
All right.
Number 1. I'm tired of being what you want me to be, feeling so faithless, lost under the surface.
Oh my god.
I don't know what you're expecting of me. Put under the pressure of walking in your shoes, caught in the undertow. Just caught in the undertow.
Levi. That is Tool Undertow.
No.
Fuck. Why? I don't know. You said
Chad,
Undertow
hold
and
on,
it fucked
Chad.
me up.
Hold on. I have to hear it with like out your saying. Oh, Lincoln Park. In the end.
Yeah.
You're 1 point.
Fuck.
You got that artist right. I'll keep reading.
Is he done or does he keep getting guessing?
He's out.
Oh, Levi.
No, you're out. You already guessed. It's Chris
Oh,
is the only
okay,
one
okay.
left.
That's a good rule. I didn't make
Chris
that
is the
rule.
only one
If
left.
he guesses and doesn't get it, then I get to buzz back in.
Is that a
No,
rule?
wait. What's the rule of that?
I
What's the
didn't
rule
make
of
it.
everybody else? No, it's just
yeah.
out. I think it's just out.
Okay, you're out. Chris is the only one still alive.
I'm out too.
Every step I take is another mistake for you. Caught in the undertow. Just caught in the undertow. I've become so numb. I can't feel.
Chris.
What
No.
is it? All right.
Damn it.
One
Damn it.
point for Chad, 1 point for Levi.
No, one more for Chris.
Yeah, one
Oh,
for Chris.
shit. Sorry. That's the wrong name.
I knew it as soon as after you said
All right,
that.
great.
I'm
If
telling you
you-
though, what was crazy, what fucked me up was like I knew the
God.
words, but like
Yeah, yeah.
you saying it so monotone, like
Yeah.
I couldn't hear it after that.
That's the fun of it.
I knew the song, but
I
I,
had
couldn't
to-
remember the title. But once everybody else was out, I could just
If you know it at
Just
home,
chill and
feel free to chime in too.
Yeah, chime
so.
in with the comments and the guesses for sure.
Oh, I'm so excited for this. We should
Oh,
should have done it earlier.
You like this game, huh?
dude, once I start drinking like a little bit, like it fucks up everything. Like
I was wondering if there was a particular genre or if we had any kind of.
No, it's kind of all over the board, but I did tend to think about things that were stuff we would know, but not.
Okay.
I didn't pick Metallica
So-
because
so-
you would have a clear
Yeah.
advantage because your favorite band. I didn't pick Rage Against the Machine because Chad would have a clear advantage, and I didn't pick Chevelle because Levi would have a clear advantage. So
oh, okay.
That's not so shitty. Like, wait.
Chevelle's fucking awesome. What do
Yeah,
you?
Chevelle's great.
All right,
Well, people that hate on Chevelle only know like one song, and
yeah, the red.
well, and they're actually that's a good song, but they hate on it because of all the
It got
assholes that
mainstream.
liked it.
Yeah.
They're like I might get criticism for this, but they're like a better Deftones in my opinion. They're like if you took the Deftones and you made them better.
Man, I don't. Hold on. Where are you at, Chris, on Deftones before I get killed?
I'm not a fan. Now,
Sounds like y'all are on the
now-
same page.
I have seen them live twice.
Oh, I've also seen him live twice.
Okay.
That's what I was gonna say.
And if I had to sum it in one word, overrated. Sorry.
Dude, I saw him at you know that venue. I don't know if it still exists in Nashville, City Hall,
It does not exist anymore.
but it was a very intimate venue.
It was
an
pretty
amazing
small.
place to
It's-
watch it.
The equivalent now would be Marathon Music Works.
Well, but my point is, like, I saw him there, and I'm like, okay, this is where I'm gonna get it. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna go here and it's gonna be. And man, I was there and I'm like, oh, like this is. When are we gonna play House of Flies? Can we get to that?
You kept waiting for that one song you like.
Yeah, like can we get to that?
I like 7 Words too.
I don't even know what that is.
It's not that they're a bad band. It's just
Yeah.
I don't know. It
I'm the
doesn't
same way.
just
I
quite do it for
I
me.
didn't dislike anything that I heard. I was just like, I don't know what. the
I
excitement
don't
is
understand why they're so hyped. Like
Yeah.
they have a big draw live. I just don't get it.
There were like a dozen songs that sounded exactly the same,
Yeah.
and then they played "Changing the House of Flies," and then I heard like
Yeah.
3 more songs that sound exactly the
And
same. That's exactly the way it went down.
There's another band called Gojira. They're from France. They're really they're really popular right now, and they're amazing musicians. And they have like a handful of songs that are amazing, and then the rest of it's not special.
As the French would say,
So
garbage.
yeah, so it's weird because they have a huge draw live as well, and they're great to see live. But after about 20 minutes, so
There you
All
go.
right,
All right, the
Let's
next
get
one.
it. Hold on.
And you can bring me to my knees again. All the times that I could beg you please in vain. All the times that I felt insecure for you. And I leave my burdens at the door.
Chris, that's Stained for sure.
Is for sure the name of the song, or
No.
He's right, by the way.
No,
That's a
yeah,
point.
I know it is.
I want to say Epiphany.
Nope.
Chad?
You got
Well-
a point, though.
Fuck. What's the song?
Oh, I know it now. Damn it.
Been a while. It's been a while. God damn it.
That's the one I was thinking.
because now I get a free point.
All the times that I felt insecure for you.
Oh yeah, Levi,
I-
it's for you. The
No,
name of the song. No,
That's not it.
what?
Shit.
It's for you.
That's not right.
That's not the name of the song.
Oh, fuck.
Outside is the
Outside.
name of the
Fuck.
song.
Outside.
God damn.
God damn
One
it.
point for Chris. That's all we got there.
All right.
Fuck. I hate
All
myself.
right, next.
Self-proclaimed.
That's one of your favorite bands.
No.
My
I was waiting.
my biggest thing is that's the song I thought it was. I said it's been a while, and I said the wrong fucking song. I was trying to say Outside.
Oh shit!
I knew the song. I just said the wrong fucking song because I'm stupid ass. Because
Well,
I'm serious. 1 glass of whiskey, and I can't tell you any fucking song.
that's why I waited. It's
By-
good. It's
by
better
the
this
way, I
Honestly,
saw-
if it was Rage Against the Machine, I probably still would.
Well, they were great live, right? Aaron Lewis and them.
Last year,
I also saw them at City Hall. Dang, yeah.
last year I saw them at Louder Than Life, and it was the first time in 5 years that they've played.
Really?
And they were amazing.
really.
So I've
Yeah.
seen them live like 4 or 5 times. They're
I even like
always great.
Aaron
live.
Lewis's country stuff is even good.
It's okay. Country
It's
World.
okay.
Well, it's not bad.
Well, I like the song that was a hit.
Yeah, I only know the one song, but I fucking
Yeah,
love
that's
that
it.
song.
The country. The country part of the industry really shits on him.
Well, fuck
But-
them.
Yeah, fuck them. I shit on those country people. Fuck them.
Well, what was weird
Who's
was
fucking shitting on him?
let's see.
I'll go to their house and burn it down.
Well, I'm just saying, I'm sure it's somebody that's like less country than he is. And I mean, he's definitely trying to do this southern
Yeah.
rock country.
I saw
when
them
he-
in like 2010 or 2009, maybe 2009, and in the middle of the Stained set, he came out with an acoustic and did just a couple of songs that were like country,
Well, he's doing
and
it
then
for
they
the
went
wrong-
back to the Stained
wrong
set.
audience.
It was right when he was trying to kind of introduce that,
Yeah.
and it was in Nashville, so it made sense for him to
Right.
try to touch on that. And I thought it was weird to put in the middle of the Stained
But they were
set.
just waiting on Mud Shovel. So
Yeah. But anyway, amazing band, especially live. They put on a good
Yeah,
live show.
I really enjoyed him live, and this was years before he started trying to do any country stuff.
Yeah.
But of course, Mud Shovel live was
I saw that very first tour when I was in high school in Nashville in this just dirty little cramped bar, and it was amazing. So,
I'm saying that's the way to see it. Like that City Hall. Like, what's the capacity? Maybe 1,000 people.
I've never been
probably
there.
not even that.
Probably not
It's
even that
gone.
much?
It's gone. It's not
I'll never be there.
It's just a really small venue. So like when you're seeing somebody there, if you're in the back, you're still right on the stage.
Yeah. The only show I went to at the City Hall venue was Killswitch Engage.
Oh, how was that?
It was amazing.
There's another small venue that I went to and shit, I can't even remember. We saw AWOL Nation there. But it was a very small venue like that. I'm trying to think. It's over on it's like on the western side of Nashville.
It's like Exit In.
No, not
Or-
Exit In.
Mercy Lounge.
No, it's not one of those more
Rock-
popular ones.
Rocket Town.
But it-
or,
No, the Rocketown South. That's
it's south, but
Let's move on to round 3.
let's get on. Yeah, we're like shop talking here.
Yeah, this is weird.
Anyhow.
Round 3. There's 6 rounds, by the way.
Okay. I'm in last place.
We
Keep going.
come from the land of the ice and snow, from the midnight sun where the hot springs flow.
Levi. Led Zeppelin?
Ding!
I couldn't tell you the fucking song, though.
All right. You want to guess or no?
you have to guess because you gotta get it.
Fuck, man.
All right.
Ice
All
and
right.
Snow. Oh, fuck.
All right.
I mean, I know
Nope.
that's not the name of the fucking
Chris,
song.
I want to guess. I'm gonna guess immigrant song.
Ding!
Immigrant
That's it.
God damn it! I was hoping to
Point
like.
apiece.
I was hoping to just like have my own time to like
You don't
listen
get
to it.
that.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
I was either thinking it either had to be Immigrant Song or Over the River and Through the Woods.
Yeah,
It had to be
yeah.
one of those two.
Yeah. Without the ayahs, it's hard to guess.
Yeah.
All right.
It's
on the
so
board at
hard to
least.
get.
That's all.
Like
I
you're
know.
picking some songs that are really difficult to get. without- like they're iconic for their music, not
Wor-
for their words.
I'll be honest. Work's been a little slow with the coronavirus, so I had some time this week.
did you get this all out of the vinyl collection here?
I mean, I've got some of these. Yeah, I've definitely got that album.
You played it last time.
Where's it?
Post podcast.
3-1-1.
What's the
Damn.
score? Give us a rundown, Levi.
Chris is 3. Myself and Chad are 1.
Come on,
Okay.
This is music lyrics. I mean, did you,
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
This is gonna be tough.
Oh, okay.
They've all been tough. This is gonna be tougher than those.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, God.
I've got your picture of me and you. You wrote I love you. I wrote me too. I sat there staring and there's nothing else to do. Oh, it's in color? Your hair is brown. Your eyes are hazel and soft as clouds. I often kiss you and there's no one else around. I've got your picture. I've got your picture. I'd like 1,000,000 of you around my cell. I want the doctor to take your picture so I can look at you from the inside as well. You've got me turning up and turning down. I'm turning in. I'm turning Japanese. I'm turning Japanese.
Oh, wait. I know that.
I'm-
Levi. Blue Oyster Cult. Is that?
That's not right. You want
Fuck.
to guess anything else?
No. Fuck. I thought that's what
Okay.
it was for sure. Because that was like a Guitar
I really
Hero
think
song.
so. Turning
really think
Japanese.
so.
I think I'm turning Japanese. I really think so.
Chad,
What?
I don't know the song, but I think the band is Weezer.
Wrong.
No.
God, okay.
it's older than that.
Then I'm out.
No,
I know the song, but
it's an
I
old
don't.
Song.
I don't
It's an
know
old
You
song.
want to
who.
guess anything?
I think I'm turning. I think so.
That's definitely the song.
I can't. Oh God.
You're giving Chris like
Well, we're both out. Fuck. Who cares?
I know,
At
you-
least
You got
somebody's
any
gonna get
guess,
it. We need-
Chris?
Not for sure that's who it was.
No, no. Go
All
ahead.
right. This is turning Japanese by the Vapors.
Vapors.
I had
that's a
something
one-hit
in there.
wonder.
Like I just
would've
couldn't.
Never got that. In a
I just
million years.
couldn't get
The
there.
Vapors.
No,
I'll tell you one thing I read about this song when I was looking this up is there was a long time that people legitimately thought, and this was a
God,
rumor that everybody believed, that this song was about masturbation. That turning Japanese was about like the
Some kind of
vinegar
face?
strokes.
Wait, are the
Like-
Japanese known for masturbating?
No,
Oh,
it's
is it
like
like
the
mid-
face you
seppuku?
make when you're
Like-
the vinegar strokes, where your eyes get. I'm turning
Oh.
Japanese because it's about like I'm missing a girl.
I guess I can kind of see it.
It's pretty hilarious. It's not about that apparently though.
That's kind of funny though.
Yeah.
I can kind of see where they got.
Now I'm curious what it really is about, though.
Yeah, I mean it's legitimately about angst and missing a girl and what's the turn Japanese part about? I don't know. I have to look that up.
It's about masturbation.
All right.
It's about.
No one got any points there. Round 5.
All right.
I spent $48 last night at the county fair. I threw out my shoulder, but I won her that teddy bear. She's got me saying sugar pie, honey, darling, and dear.
This is a country song.
Mm-hmm.
100%.
She's got me I mean, I ain't seen the Braves play a game all year.
Oh fuck! It's a
Oh,
country
God.
song.
I'm gonna get fired if I don't get some sleep. My long lost buddies say I'm getting in too deep.
Fuck this song and fuck everything. This is some fucking garbage ass bullshit song.
But I like it. I love it.
Chris. Tim McGraw.
Ding!
Chad, if he doesn't get it.
Like it, love it.
Chad.
What you got?
Go ahead, give it to him.
I like it.
It's kind of a mix between the two. It's called I like
All right,
it, I
all
love it. I don't know how to ding that.
Isn't that what I
That's
said?
between
Well,
there.
they kind of got it both right. I
that's
don't
true.
know how to get
Is
that.
that not what I said?
Tim, you said like
love
it, love it. You didn't
Okay,
say I
all
like
right.
it, I love it.
All right.
And he said I like it. So
So what's the name of the song?
I like it, I love it.
Just neither.
thing is,
neither gets it.
Like Chris gets it.
I wanted to say I like it, I love it, but I thought that's actually what he
He
said.
said like it. I like
He
it,
said,
love
he said like it, love it.
but that's closer than yours.
I said I
give
like it.
Give
Just
Chris
don't-
1
just-
point for the Tim McGraw and give nobody else
Yeah,
a
yeah.
point. That's my rule.
I agree with
guess.
that.
God damn it.
I agree.
All
If you
right,
don't get
I'm
it right on, just move on.
All right, last round. What's the score?
4-1-1.
God damn it.
So nobody can win but Chris, but we'll still play.
No, this is double point round.
Yeah, double Jeopardy. Let's do it.
If I can get the song and the
All right.
the name, I
4
get double
points.
points.
All right,
Yeah,
no,
4 points.
knowing what this one is, I'll give y'all that. This is double points. All right,
Go.
here we go. Load up on guns. Bring your friends.
Chad. Nirvana, Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Holy shit, son! How did you
Yeah.
know that?
Yes! No, no.
Nobody knows the lyrics to this.
I was half a second behind.
You knew it too.
Yeah.
I never even knew that.
guns.
Oh, now I was reading this.
Did I win? Oh my God.
I was like, this is what he says.
Wait, what would I give him? 4?
Five.
He ties.
5
No?
because he was at 1, so
Oh,
2
okay.
points for each.
All right.
I'm the song champion. I know all the lyrics to all the songs.
You got half of one, and then you got one total.
It was a good game either way.
No, that's fun.
It was fun.
That was fun.
That's hilarious.
I can't believe y'all knew that. I said so little of it.
What the
Yeah.
only thing that stopped me, I knew Nirvana right off the bat,
Yeah,
but I
yeah,
was
same
scared
here.
that I didn't know the song.
I was waiting for one more few words.
Yeah.
And then I was gonna go for the song.
You're
Oh.
waiting 1 second too late,
Yeah.
motherfucker.
That's right. That's right.
I love how I shit talk after I won. Like I'd never shit talk when I'm behind.
That's beautiful.
I only had
That was hilarious.
I only
I
had
sucked at that game.
I only had 4 times your points before that one song.
No, you
Well,
didn't
that's
have-
hard.
didn't have
I can't
shit.
believe-
I had 5
Honestly-
points. You had 4 points. That's all that I see there.
I can't believe any of you did that well. Honestly, that was terrible. That's hard.
The Vapors is the only song that none of us got.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I would have known who sang "I'm Turning Japanese," but I thought somebody would guess "I'm Turning Japanese"
Yeah, that's true.
Mm.
That's true.
at least.
Wow, I wouldn't have got the Tim McGraw until you got to the very end. None of
Yeah.
that chorus like was ringing any bells.
Yeah, I
See,
didn't.
I knew that one. I would have guessed that one immediately.
I didn't. Yeah, I wasn't. I knew it was
No.
country, and I
But-
was narrowing it down slowly. But
There's a friend.
I would have bet money. I thought coming in there in the middle somewhere, and that's why I didn't say anything because I thought you were going to do it. You were going to have this like easy one to try to just like see who get it, and I was expecting it's a cool place, and they say it gets colder. You're bundled up now. Wait till you get older.
With a medium man, it's a different.
Yeah.
A little Smash Mouth.
Well, All-Star. Like
All-Star.
that's a,
Yeah.
yeah. That's like one of the.
But even
songs you
hearing
should
it like
hear.
that, I was like, for a minute there, I was like, what song is that?
It is weird.
When you hear it like
Yeah.
that,
like
it's different.
like when they
Yeah.
play the song, like you got like 3 seconds of a song, you hear the actual song.
Right.
So like you get kind of like the notes and stuff. But yeah, when someone's saying the lyrics,
And I was choosing the pentameter at will. I was being very liberal with the pentameter.
like unless you could
It's like
sing
Chad's
the
Poetry
song,
Corner. It's the throwback.
yeah, and like unless you could sing the song normally, like there's no way you're getting any of these.
Right.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
you don't have
no.
a chance.
Right. That's funny.
Yeah, if you're a person that listens to, because I mean everybody knows a song like well, but you know no words to it.
Yeah.
know any words. To
I
it.
don't know. I know very few words to any songs, honestly.
Yeah, you don't focus on that when you
No,
listen to
I don't
music.
know why. I really don't. If I had to be a lead singer, I'd have to have like a little cheat sheet, even for my own songs I wrote, probably.
Yeah, we were talking about that before the last podcast. Is that I was finally starting to understand death metal or death metal. Yeah, yeah,
such a
like that
weird
song. Like I was
conversation.
kind of like starting to get it and enjoy it. And the thing was, I had to shift my focus to like the.
Yeah.
I'm
No.
trying to understand. So it was new to you completely?
No, not new to enjoying it was different. Like I've always just like, who the fuck
coming
listens
around
to
to
this
it.
shit?
You got to ease into that. You can't just like go straight into something.
Well, I mean,
insane.
I've heard it like for all my life, and I'm like, who the fuck can enjoy this shit? Like it's awful. Like it's just screaming and like. But if when I shifted my focus to listen to the guitar and the drums, and I put the vocals into the background.
right.
Yeah.
Then it started like, okay, I can kind of get this a little better. Like that's kind of the lead of this song.
You had to view the vocals as an instrument.
Well,
Really, yeah.
Yeah.
For me, I always loved the heavy guitars and the music of it. So it was a while before like the vocals I ended up liking. So it was hard to find really good heavy music that didn't have a bunch of crazy screaming and intense vocals. Yeah, you end up getting a mix. You kind of have to start with a band that does a blend.
Who's good? Like who's a band? Who's a good starter band?
So Killswitch Engage is a good band. Trivium can be a good band
Okay,
for that.
what's their main
Um,
song? Killswitch Engage. I know one.
Man, they have a bunch of hits.
They got famous for that cover that they.
They did a cover of Dio's Holy Diver, so that's a good one.
I remember that.
Yeah, that was
Um,
good. Anything you do a Dio though.
I know their
Yeah.
stuff. I
But
just
there's-
can't think of any of it.
There's
right
another
now that we're talking about.
band, Bullet for My Valentine is
Yep.
another one that sings a lot as well.
I don't know if y'all remember this. I'm not trying to change the subject completely, but back in the day, me and Levi made a video for YouTube. Like, I mean, this is over 10 years ago. That was a spoof. We made a fake commercial for a deodorant. It was called Ronnie James deodorant.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was funny.
Yep.
And he put that deodorant on, and he could instantly play Guitar Hero better. Was what the deodorant did.
This seems familiar to me. I must have
Yeah.
seen it.
It's
Yeah.
probably still out there. I think I think it's out there, but there's no audio to it because we used Dio
Copyright.
tracks and
Yeah.
we got it completely the audio stripped of it. So
Um,
yeah, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Fair
It's one of
enough.
those things.
Hey, I'm gonna ask a question, Chad, and then I gotta go to the bathroom.
Okay. So you're just gonna like get me talking about something
Answer-
without you
Answer those guys. you
without
know?
you being here? Okay.
How's that new Final Fantasy VII remake?
I see. Now we're talking about. Now we've said that we're not going to talk about video games. But what I have thought, what did interest me about that is for those that don't know, Final Fantasy VII was a game that was like big that come out in '97. And it was a big deal because that was like on the PlayStation, and so you had 3D, and then like the story was deep and blah blah blah. Anyhow, they just remade it. This was a game that was beloved by a lot of people, including me. But they remade it, and they remade it into a way that made
I'm
So,
gonna
are you
run to
done?
the bathroom too.
You're both peeing?
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
Just the game nerds talking about games.
No, you will have something to add to it because I'm seriously bringing this back around to something else. I promise I'm taking this away from video games and I'm bringing it back to
He's
something
coming
else.
back.
He's coming back. I got him back in.
I'm coming back.
I've got his trust.
Okay.
I've got to not betray this trust.
Okay, go ahead.
But anyhow, the point is the way they've remade the game, because the game was so old, they've remade it into a way that I think a lot of people, including myself, back then you had to kind of use a lot of imagination in these games because, the polygon count was so low. And so like you kind of saw it in your head as different than what was on the screen, right? You didn't even have voices, right? You had to,
Right.
you were reading words and you had
Surprise.
voices for the characters on their own. But what I think is amazing is like this game has come out and like it's just satisfied me as a person, and so many people are like really happy with it. And I was trying to talk to my wife about it. I'm glad TJ's not here to do his my wife thing. And
I
I'm like,
almost did it though.
you can't. Oh, I should
Thought
have
about
let
it.
you do it.
My wife.
But you can't. You can't like duplicate that with anything else, right? Like you can't just have like your favorite band from your childhood come out and make another album that's going to make you that happy.
Right.
Your favorite childhood show, they can't come out and make another one that's going to make you that happy. But like video games, it's got to be the only medium that can do that, right? That can remake something and make it just as good or actually better than the original.
That's a really good point. I hadn't thought about it like that. But yeah, I mean, a lot of these movies have been remade, and I've enjoyed some of these Disney remakes and stuff. Like I've enjoyed them as a separate thing.
That Aladdin was garbage, though, right?
No,
I disagree.
It was
You
good.
disagree with me?
I disagree. I think it was good as long as you are not trying to straight compare. It was different. And it was good in its own way. Nobody can ever replicate.
Horseshit. You've got to compare it to the original. It's like, well, this is good as long as you don't think about how good the original was.
So
that's your point.
If you compare the new Final Fantasy VII to the old one, you're going to think the old one is shit because I never played the first one, and now I'm going to think the first one's shit.
That's counter to his point, though.
I got two things to say about this. If Robin Williams was still alive, then I may agree with you, but I don't think we're going to do any better without him than what they did.
No, but my point is like you can't.
I thought the movie was great.
No, my point is you can't out Robin Williams. So why are you even trying?
He did.
I don't think they were trying. I think
he absolutely tried.
Ooh.
Yes, he did.
I feel like he had expectations of doing the same songs.
He's rolling in doing Prince Ali, and it sounds like fucking garbage because he's Will Smith. Like he's Will Smith. Like he's not a bad singer. But he's singing outside of his range of singing.
Yeah. Maybe so, but those were written by Alan Menken, and he still had to honor that.
That's amazing that you know that.
Well, and Ron Williams is not a singer, but
that same guy wrote all those
exactly.
Disney
He's not a singer, but that was his like range of singing, which is outside of Will Smith's range of singing.
I think you're shitting it a little too hard. I do agree with your points that Will Smith version of that particular song was kind of weak sauce compared to Robin Williams, but Will Smith is a likable guy, and I don't know who the fuck
did
else
a modern spin to it.
I'm not saying
I appreciate his modern touch to it.
Hold on, I'm not saying Will Smith's interpretation of Genie itself is awful. You're right. He took his own spin on the acting of it, and it wasn't awful. But it's like the singing and like the certain things that he tried to do. He was obviously trying to emulate Robin Williams, and it was just cringe city for me.
What was it? Was it the going from a 2D format of drawn images to actual characters? More of the issue?
I don't think so.
I think it was an issue because when I watched The Lion King, I would agree with you. The Lion King remake was terrible.
I didn't see The Lion King, but then I didn't like too like Jasmine's character in it. Like they tried to make her the same character, which is fine. You're trying to do the same thing, but then at the end they're like, well, we need to make her a strong woman. Yeah. So then they have this extra scene that like with her singing her own song. That doesn't make any fucking sense to the rest of the movie.
That's a problem with a lot of things. They really, really want so bad.
A message in there.
Really want so bad to make this strong woman character.
And I'm fine with a strong woman character. Like, that's great. But
when you're remaking a classic, you don't need to add that in.
What they should have planted the seeds for her being a strong woman from the beginning.
Right.
For me, you made a reference earlier of like when you listen to a song and then you go to see that song performed live, you don't necessarily want to hear exactly the album, right? And for me, when I get the remake, I don't want to see exactly the same thing.
Oh, I agree.
I want them to make some adjustments to make it more modern, to adjust to the new actors or whatever. And I feel like they did a good job of trying to balance what we were expecting because we needed to be able to sing along. That's kind of part of the expectation. We got to be able to sing those songs. It can't be that different.
Yeah, I agree with everything you just said. My thing is Will Smith is Will Smith in every single movie he's ever done, right? Well, except for a few. But I mean, for the most part, he's the same person. So why can't we just have Will Smith Genie? Why do we got to have Will Smith playing Robin Williams?
I wouldn't shit on Will Smith on this because probably he could have come into this saying, "Hey, I would sound better if we sang it in this key," and they're like, "Bullshit, we got to do it the same way."
No, I'm not blaming him. It could, I'm not blaming him at all.
I think,
but I'm just saying, how did nobody hear that and be like, "Okay, let's go a different direction. This kind of sounds awful."
I don't think you're in the majority with that.
Really?
Yeah. I agree.
Just let Will Smith.
I don't think you're wrong, but I don't think you're in the majority.
My critique of the whole thing was when I was leaving the movie, I'm like, what I kept saying was, let Will Smith be Will Smith. Just let him go. Don't try to make him sound like Robin Williams.
Out of all those,
he should have done Big Genie styles all in it. No.
Maybe not that extreme. No, not that extreme. But
I mean, out of those classic Disney films, that one was always my favorite.
Yeah.
And so I was adamant about, hey, let's go to the theater. Let's
Give it a
make-
chance.
Yeah. And I was going to be more critical of that than any of the others. And I
You
still
were
enjoyed
satisfied.
it. Yeah. It was different. It's not, I still, if I was going to show my daughter one of them, I would show her the cartoon version.
I mean,
But-
I was
but
critical
I
going
did enjoy
into
it.
it.
I did enjoy it.
I was
still.
critical going into it because my point is like there's nothing that you need to add to the original Aladdin or
Yeah.
the original Lion King. Like you can watch them right now, and they're fucking really
Which
good.
brings
movies.
up a good
Yeah.
point. You know, Steven on our chat said that he wishes Disney would go back to their roots and do a good original 2D animation movie.
Oh,
which,
please, Disney.
how would
An
you
original
feel?
would be good. Anyway.
How would you feel about a current 2D animation movie? Do they do those
I think it'd
anymore?
be fun. The last
Oh,
2D
I would love it. I would
last
absolutely love it.
The last 2D animation movie they did was The Princess and the Frog. I know
That's
for a
been a
fact that was
while.
the last one, but that's been a hot minute.
been a
since they had
while.
one. But
No.
but it's just weird. They're in this fixation Disney for whatever reason of not producing any original content and just remaking every animated classic into a
well,
life.
it's a low gamble. It's a guaranteed
Yeah.
payday.
well,
yeah.
they're
That's
hitting,
why
they're hitting nostalgia.
sequels
They're hitting nostalgia points.
And remakes are guaranteed paydays.
Listen, we're in a
I'm
nostalgia
waiting for the real
period.
life version where we're gonna see the Fox and the Hound. It's gonna be fucking sad as shit.
Yeah, that movie was sad.
That's out in the works for
Oh,
Disney Plus.
shit.
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
Yeah. No, it's going to be done like the
Oh my
Jungle
God.
Book.
Oh,
was
the Jungle
done.
Book
Yeah, yeah.
version. Okay,
Or like
gotcha.
the new Lion King.
Hey, I like the Jungle Book.
Yeah,
I'll
that
say
was
that.
good.
That remake of the Jungle Book was
was good.
fucking
But I
good.
didn't like
Yeah.
the snake
The
as much.
yeah,
You didn't.
we're in a nostalgia period where it's not just these animated movies, but we've got bands from the 80s and 90s that are getting together and having reunion tours. I mean, it's sort of in this weird period of, I don't know if it's a certain age group where everybody's wanting to show their kids what they grew up with or whatever, but
I think it's just
it's in all the industries as far as entertainment goes.
Yeah, that's an easy sell though. I mean, that was the same thing with Aladdin and Lion King. It's
Guaranteed
like
payday.
I loved these when I was a kid. Now it's new, so my kids will be more receptive to
They're gonna-
watching it.
And they're going to be more familiar with the newer versions,
Yeah.
which is sad in some cases.
Oh, definitely.
I just think there's not a reason. Like we started out talking about this Final Fantasy VII remake.
Right.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of new technology there, so I mean that's a
right,
really cool
let me-
thing to remake.
Let me ask you a question because I don't play a lot of video games recently. I never could play Final Fantasy because when I tried it, it was like blindly walking somewhere and then shit would just pop up and happen. And that
Yeah.
annoyed the hell out of me. Is it
Yeah.
any different now?
Shit doesn't just pop up; you see it. And then the fights are definitely more active. Like you're actively hitting. But if you wanna like do something special, you can kind of hit a button and do that, or you can like hotkey it and you can actually do the entire battle like real time if you want to.
That sounds more interesting, but I could never get into
that.
it.
It
I get
probably would
that
be.
point of that annoyance, but because Final Fantasy VII was,
I know it was a
Uh,
big deal when it came out.
but I wasn't a guy
Yeah.
that played that type of games. I had played Mario RPG, and that was the only role playing game I'd played before that. So I'd played a lot of sports games, and Chad got me to play that game. And if you could get past that sucking you into a battle randomly, which was weird for me too, it was actually a pretty interesting storyline. And I think that's what's beautiful about modern technologies. You can tell a storyline that's really good. You can tell it with more compelling in new technology.
That might be the only problem with the new for somebody that never played the original is because like this remake is not the entire game. It's just part one of possibly 3 or more parts.
That's crazy.
And I'm not done with it yet, so I don't know how it's going to work out. But I don't know how it's going to how it's going to fare not being the full story. I'm curious to see how
where they're going to end it and how it's going to be.
Yeah, if it's going to feel like a complete game, or you're just going to feel like, well, I got a piece, and now I feel like
Is it like Lord of the Rings are going to keep squeezing more games out of it?
Probably.
maybe I don't know. I honestly don't know what they're going to. I know at this point I'm really really happy because they're going on. They're giving more time to the backstory of these characters you didn't know, and they're filling out. The story definitely doesn't feel as rushed, and being a fan of the series, like I'm liking it. But yeah, do your thing. But anyhow, when you left, TJ, and that's why I stopped Chris from taking a leak is yeah, because I brought him back with this. But what I was asking him and Levi was, is there any other media that can go back and redo something and make people as happy Because when I was describing it, I was trying to say like, you know, your favorite childhood band or whatever came out with a new album, but it's still them.
Right.
Everything, they're not old people now doing a new song. Like it's still, everything is still them.
Yeah.
You know, or
That's
a
interesting.
TV show, a second season or a second movie done by the actors all of the same age. All of, you know, can you imagine if there was another Star Wars, but Mark Hamill and Harrison Ford were all in their 20s again?
Yeah.
Like that would be crazy, right?
Or
Yeah,
they
I'm tr-
recast
I'm trying to
somebody
think.
as Luke Skywalker.
See, and that sucks though. See, they could do, you know, like a story in between, like
it would have to be something like an animated thing, like they remade the what's the DuckTales with the three.
yeah.
They remade
Huey,
that.
Dewey, and Louie.
Yeah. So you can do that with something where there's a timeless media, like an animated thing.
Yeah, I guess you could with that. Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know what's a fair comparison for how it stacks up.
It just seems like that's one of the only forms of media that could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're right. You're right. That's really interesting. Fair.
But I don't like I said, I'm enjoying it. But there's definitely a level of nostalgia in it for me. I mean, anything is like replaying your childhood.
That's good.
You know, is a good thing. But my thoughts on it is like I'm enjoying this, and I was thinking about it later, and I'm like, but if Rage Against the Machine dropped a new album right now,
Yeah.
it wouldn't give me the same feeling as listening to the first
Right.
album the first time.
Right. Well, and to be fair, we're in a different place too.
Yeah,
Like everybody's having a pee. Chad, look at you, the holdout.
look at me, iron bladder, motherfucker.
Now,
God dang,
I'm not
big
peeing,
ass
I'm
bladder.
not peeing this entire podcast.
I'm
Oh, he said it here.
No, I
I'm
definitely
gonna-
am.
He said it.
I'm definitely holding it right now.
You got to pee right now. You could go.
Yeah, I definitely could go. I could
What's
definitely
wrong
go.
with us?
I wanna jump in, and I may be out of place because I missed kind of the lead
No,
in.
we're not out of place.
No, we were talking about the
shit.
same stuff we were
Yeah.
talking about with you. So
But with music, I found that a lot of it, what we attach when we find something that we really love, it's time stamped in our lives somewhere. So like we hear that same song 10 years later and we
Brings-
hear it with those ears back then.
Right.
And we can remember a lot of times where we were.
Right.
I agree
I-
with you 100%.
I can remember driving to my first job and listening to Pardon Me by Incubus on the radio. Like
Yeah.
that's where I remember hearing that song.
yeah.
So like those
What was your first? Where was your first job?
it was with you guys.
It was
Yeah.
it was at the grocery store.
Yeah.
So that's actually where we met. Chris was all three of us worked at the same grocery.
Was that your
store.
first job too? Both of you guys?
That
Yeah.
was my second
Yeah.
job.
Your second job?
I worked at Wendy's for like 3 months, and then I wanted
Yeah.
to work with Chad so bad that he got me a job there.
it was a fun place to work.
Yeah, it was a blast.
I miss work. I mean, you know, like I don't want to go back to working there. I mean, that's obviously not where you want to end up in your adult life. But
Right.
it was a fun time working there
Yeah,
at the grocery store. Yeah.
I enjoyed it, and it was just like hanging out and just being with friends. I took a decent pay cut to go work at the grocery store because
Really?
I didn't want to work flipping burgers. I wanted to work with my friends.
I mean,
and,
I don't remember paying that well, but I can't
No, it
imagine
didn't.
you would have made much more.
well, I made minimum wage there, and I'd made
Yeah.
you know like a maybe $1.50 more at a fast food
Jeez,
restaurant.
at that age, I don't know if I could take that cut.
Well, I didn't need much money. I was basically
you're
my
living
only
with your
bill was my
parents.
insurance, for my car.
And your gas.
And
Yeah,
my
that's all you
gas.
got to pay.
And it's not like I had a girlfriend I could take out in the beginning, so
Yeah.
I just wanted to work with Chad.
I mean, we had fun.
Fuck yeah, we did.
Yeah. Do you remember the fight that happened?
Are you talking about one that I was in?
Yeah, yeah.
Of course I remember that. I was
Yeah,
in it.
Okay, okay. So I wanna tell a story about that. Were you around at this
Oh,
point?
shit. Oh, yeah. I was around.
This wasn't my first fight, but it was the first
Okay.
fight I lost. So you,
Okay. Well,
So tell the story.
Well, you got to tell it now.
yeah,
I want you to hear my side. Of
yeah.
this.
I don't know this at all. I'd love to hear
So,
it. And feel free, tell anything. There's no
Yeah.
secrets here.
so
I'm good.
So we were. Do you know what we're talking about here?
No.
We used to all work together
At
at a
Al's,
grocery
right?
store.
Yeah.
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 So
Former grocery store.
I don't know what it is now, but
It's
any-
a bargain hunt
It's not
now.
it's not a grocery store anymore.
Well, anyway, so I think it was like a weekend, like a Saturday or Sunday, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, it's a Saturday.
So,
TJ remembers this very well.
Of course I
yeah.
do.
so I
Got
was
my
working,
ass
and
kicked.
TJ disappears for a while, and then he comes back, and his face is kind of messed up, and some other guy that we worked with, like we all wore like the same kind of clothes, but we could wear jackets and stuff. So somebody lent TJ a jacket, and he was wearing it to cover up. I don't know what was on his shirt. Maybe some blood.
Lots of blood. Yeah. lots of my own blood.
Anyway, I find out later that he had been in a fight, like in the back of the store, like behind the store, like outside. Then I find out after that it was with a guy that worked at a business that was a couple stores down.
Pizza Hut.
Yeah. So then I find out that this had been brewing for a while, but it stemmed from.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah. Story. I just remembered your tie-in.
So then I find out that this issue that he had with the guy went back a ways, but it started with this guy having an issue with somebody parking in his parking spot at work. Because apparently,
I don't even know this part.
Hold on. So apparently, there's this huge parking lot. It's a strip mall kind of thing, and there's lots of stores there. And unbeknownst to me, everybody had like a spot that was their spot. And I just parked wherever the hell every day. And apparently I parked somewhere one day and he got pissed because it was his spot, this other guy, and was asking around. And somebody said, well, it's that redheaded kid, right? So this guy comes up to TJ like in high school, like at school, and starts giving him shit.
You weren't there, so you're a little bit wrong on this part.
Okay,
but
but this is what I hear is that this kind of escalated over time, and apparently it really should have been with me.
that
And then he
right.
ends up in a fight
I
over
think I
this.
did know this.
And then
now.
the funniest thing to me is that he goes in after he gets all busted up, and he goes in and talks to the assistant manager, and the guy just laughs at him and doesn't care.
Oh, I've talked to him about this since then. Anytime I bring up TJ's name, he brings up this thing.
Okay, so tell me what I'm missing, because that's all I know, and it was hilarious
So
to me.
from your perspective, I had a hot cashier tell me that there was this guy in there talking smack about me, and he said, you know, he hated this fucking redheaded guy that worked there, and he was just, I don't know, it probably wasn't even that bad of smack talk. But
I never had a run-in with this guy. Apparently, he didn't like where I parked.
yeah, but at school one day, I was feeling kind of like cocky one day, and I wanted to show off in front of my friends. So I said, "Hey,
I was one of the friends.
Yeah.
I remember this. I remember this part.
I said, watch this. I'm going to tell this guy off." And he was older than me. He was 2 years older.
I remember
And way
thinking,
bigger.
I remember thinking, this is a bad idea. But I was also like, well, let's see how this works out.
And I went up to him on a Friday, and I was like,
Hold on, let's also say this dude could not be more minding his own business.
I know it.
This dude is completely like, this dude may have been reading a book.
This is all new to me, so this is great.
And I went up to him, and I was like, motherfucker, I heard you been talking shit about me. And I was like, I'll kick your goddamn ass. I was talking all kind of mad shit, whatever I talked back then. And he was like, fuck you. And
No, I remember this dude. He was looking like he did not know what in the fuck was going on. Like, I couldn't hear anything you were saying, but his face said, what in the hell is going on right now? And you turned to walk away, and his face completely changed. Like, well, I can't stand for this.
yeah. But I felt so proud because it left with me like feeling like I punked this guy out in front of everybody in the lunchroom. It's kind of the way I left it feeling. And it was a Friday. The next morning, I had to be at work at like, I don't know, 9 o'clock or something like that. And I show up to work, and he and a crowd of people meet me in the parking lot. And they're like, you wanted to fight somebody? Now's the time. And I was like, oh shit.
This wasn't on my schedule.
and I said, and I tried to play it tough and cool. And I was like, let me clock in first.
Yeah, that's always a good move.
Nice.
That was another detail. You were technically supposed to be
I was
working.
getting paid for this fight. And my girlfriend at the time was walking into work too. And I like, what's interesting to me is
You like kiss her hard in front of
I
everybody?
kissed her hard, but she wasn't interested in watching. She was just like, all right, here's a kiss, great, do your thing, whatever. And I clocked
She's like,
in.
I gotta work.
I know. And she went to produce and did her thing, and I went to behind the building, and it was like a good crowd. Evidently, this guy had advertised about this because there was a good crowd of people. And so I threw that.
He wanted to
first-
make sure there's more people than saw what happened at the lunchroom.
That's right. That's right. and he did this whole like dramatic thing where he took off his class ring because he was older and he already had a class ring. He like took it off in front of people. Like I want to hurt him, but I want to fucking fuck him up. So take it off my class ring.
It's a good thing you took off that class ring.
Oh, it's a good thing he took off that class ring. and then he kind of squared up, and I threw the first punch. I was like, "Fuck this!" And I hit him pretty good punch. It didn't seem to slow him down.
He took it.
He took it like a
Didn't seem to slow him
champ.
down. He took it like a champ, and he fired off, and I was glad when the manager of the Pizza Hut broke that fight up because I was definitely getting the worst end of this deal. He knocked out a contact. I was walking around with one contact in and one missing, and I had blood everywhere. And I borrowed that jacket that you saw, and I worked the rest of my shift. And I took out my other contacts so I could at least have depth perception.
So I remember asking you about this later, and you're like, it was a fight. I didn't do so good. And you kind of left out these other details.
I'll be in hindsight, one of the most important things that ever happened to me because I have this unrealistic vision of what I can and cannot do, and I've always had that, and I still have it. But it was a nice dose of reality.
So you're saying this dude beat some humility into you?
beat some humility into, and I really appreciate it. So, in hindsight, getting my ass kicked was.
I was not there that day. I didn't hear about it till after, and I was like, "What the fuck?" You know, and like my obvious thing is like to believe my friend. I'm like, well, I ain't heard anything from him, so I kind of think you're full of shit. And then I started like hearing some of other people. I'm like, oh, okay, this may be bad.
It wasn't good. So
Yeah. But then I still like I still talk to that manager occasionally, and he was like, "I'd have fired anybody else." But I was like, he said he was like
He was so entertained.
yeah, he was like he was so fucked up, and he was still trying to like work. He was like, I couldn't bring myself to fire him.
I remember him. He would laughed. He
Yeah.
laughed about it.
He
He
still
thought it was
laughs about
funny.
He still laughs about it. I can call him.
There
we
you go.
can still
so
talk about
TJ,
it.
you took one for the team over here, right?
I guess it was supposed to be Chris's asshole,
Yeah,
but I took it.
I wouldn't have antagonized him like that. There's no need for that.
I completely forgot that whole mistaken identity part.
Yeah, I was the wrong redheaded motherfucker. Was you?
Apparently, there was a history of only having one redheaded person working there.
Right.
And so I was new, and I was just parking wherever the hell I wanted, and I didn't know there was like a system where I had to have my own parking spot.
Right.
I mean, to be fair though, I mean, I kind of had a spot, but if someone was in it, then I just
You just parked
moved
somewhere
over a little
different.
bit. I mean,
I don't remember having a particular place,
That's fine.
and I didn't even know that was an issue. I found out about this like
hey,
later on.
hey, man. Not that I don't want to keep talking about me getting my ass kicked, but sometimes things just have a time and a place, and it's time for the Tales of the Guano.
All right.
All right.
do you remember me saying on the last podcast that this sound triggered me having to pee?
You gotta pee?
Well, I've had to pee before this.
You want to
but-
go pee real quick?
Well, I feel like, see, I'm going to say what I said in the last podcast. Like, you've already done the music now. Like, I
You
feel
gotta
like
stay.
I know. I feel like I'm hung in now. Like, I got to do the thing. Like,
You're
I
gonna
couldn't.
love this when I grab my printouts from the printer.
Yeah, printouts.
Woo!
You tree killer.
Kill them trees.
All right. This whiskey's strong too, boys. I know it's normal strength, but I feel like I'm just enjoying it more, maybe.
I am enjoying it.
No,
It is a good-
yeah,
It is a
very
good whiskey.
All right.
It's awakened by the music, Chad.
I'll read the
That's
story
what it
to
is.
you.
It's woke.
That's that part.
Forged by sound.
It's actually not even any rye in it. It's just all of the music that you're tasting the metal.
You're tasting
Metal. Yeah.
You're tasting some heavy metal.
That's what I should have said. Like, yeah, the aftertones are straight metal.
By the way,
if I was more clever, that's what I was said in the beginning.
for those of you that aren't Metallica fans, Blackened is the name of one of their songs.
Yeah, it's a
Did
good
not
song.
know
That's
that.
also
See, the thing is, like, I might
That,
know
like,
the
load,
song.
Reload.
Blackened. No, that's later than Reload.
Justice for All.
Yeah.
Okay.
Before
No.
Reload.
Really? What am I thinking of?
I know so much of their music, but
What was the first album with that new bassist? The monkey looking bassist guy. What's his
The
name?
monkey
that's
looking
from Korn.
bassist.
I mean,
Monkey
No,
is
not the guy
Monkey
named
is-
Monkey.
technically that would be Death Magnetic.
Yeah, Death Magnetic. I thought it was from that album.
No, it's in Justice for All. It's the lead
Okay.
track.
I know the song, but my bad. Listen, I know you're offended
Hey,
right now.
No, I'm not
He's
offended.
gonna throw his goddamn headphones
No,
down and walk out of this
I'm not
bitch.
offended. I just wanted to to make it clear to the guys that weren't familiar that
All right.
that was actually a
I'm
song
seeing a
title.
lot of guns on your.
I know
Tell
you like that.
Yeah, they all seem.
Did you get a boner, Chad?
no?
I got a gun story too I can throw in there.
oh
see
shit!
here.
All right.
So the Transportation Security Administration is reminding airport travelers that it's fine to stuff carry-on bags with clothes and toiletries. Just don't pack any heat.
Oh yeah, there's a ridiculous. Yeah, there's a ridiculous amount of. Yeah.
TSA. This is the only Tales of the Guano today that's not coronavirus influence. TSA announced that its officers seized 4,432 guns at checkpoints last year,
Yeah.
the most in the agency's 18-year history.
Wow.
And the thing is like the majority of them. Sorry, I'm not trying to show
Well-
Tales of the Guano, but it's like people that literally like they just had them in their purse and
Right.
forgot.
That's the point. The Tales of Guano, for me, the reason why this made it is like there's a protocol for carrying guns. Like you can carry your gun on an airplane.
You don't carry a gun like lipstick.
No.
And that's what these people are doing.
But how is there 4,400 and something people that are just like accidentally have a gun in their carry-on, and majority of these were loaded?
I know. Can you imagine like there's like the person out there that's like somebody's like putting a gun in their face, like give me everything you got, and they're like, oh wait a minute, I've got something for this, and they're
Yeah.
like digging
Yeah.
through. They're digging through like they got aspirin or like some BC powder.
Oh, wait a minute,
Like,
I've got something.
Oh,
for
hold
this.
on, wait, I'm prepared for this situation. Hold on.
Hang on a second.
Hold
Yeah.
on, I got something here. You give me everything you got.
It's a reverse robbery.
Yeah, what do you think you got? Like that. I mean,
I just thought this was crazy because it's like,
I don't think any one of these people were nefarious in bringing their gun on.
No,
Like,
I don't
who
think
the
so
fuck
either.
just puts a gun like in their
that
carry
seems
on?
so silly though.
I'm gonna rob a plane. Let me
Like,
just.
I've traveled with you when you've carried guns to places.
Yeah.
It's not a difficult process.
No.
You're through the security almost as quick as we are.
Yeah, it's fine. It's not that. That's the thing. That's why I know like these people were accidentally doing this.
How's that many people accidentally do it? That's crazy.
There's that many stupid
Crazy.
people, and that many stupid people are capable of buying guns.
You know what this reminds me of though? You in middle school actually.
Hey, we told a stupid story about Chris. Are we gonna tell a stupid story about me?
No, it's not that stupid. When you brought a knife to school a couple of times on accident because you'd have it in your in
Oh.
your pocket and you just carried it on the weekends everywhere.
Oh, I absolutely did. I did that. I did that an embarrassing amount of times.
Yeah.
Actually, we probably shouldn't talk about
I don't-
crimes on this.
It's past tense. I wouldn't normally tell your story, but I thought this was funny because you had a system. If you actually brought it, you would take it outside and hide it under.
No, I did that the one time.
Oh, you only did that once?
One time. Yeah, one
You
time.
hid it outside under the drain spigot thing.
Well, dude, what was sucked is like I had this knife clipped on my pocket like you do a pocket knife for like most of the entire day of school.
Yeah.
No one even noticed it. No one, and somebody like actually noticed it, and I was like, "Fuck!" Like, first off, I was terrified because I knew the repercussions of this, and then secondly, I'm like, "This person's going to hold this over my head the rest of the day and possibly telling me for this."
Yeah.
So yeah, like when we were walking outside, then I like hung back and like hit it, and like I was perfectly ready to like bury it and be done with it, but then I like rode my bike back out to the school.
That's pretty good. You got it.
and got it. But like I did it several more times and like just completely on accident. And I would like try to bury it somewhere and like get through the school. That's why zero tolerance policies are bullshit, man.
Yeah. It's easy to forget. And that reminded me of this. Like, you just forget.
Yeah, because my thing was I'd put on a jacket that I didn't put on in like months.
And then have a pocket knife in it.
I remember exactly one time like somebody gave me one. It was like an uncle that like it was like a great uncle. They were like, "We know you like knives. Here's a knife." And I'm like, "Oh, thanks for my fucking $2 gas station knife." And I threw it in my pocket. Yeah, you try to like act like you're appreciative of it. And then I'm like going to school, I'm walking in the door and I put my hands in my pocket and I'm like,
Oh,
fuck. And I'm like, well, I'll just not, just leave it in my pocket the rest of the
So
day.
it
And
depends too, like where you're traveling. So if
Right.
you go into other countries, they have different rules. Like I've got a uncle that it's my dad's uncle.
my dad,
who- yeah,
it's uncle.
he
Thing for
does a
any
lot
family
of
member.
he does a lot of like traveling to do like big game hunting. and stuff,
Oh, yeah.
right.
Oh, cool.
So he was going somewhere in South America long ago, and he got all of his bags confiscated because they found ammo, and apparently it was like I forget which country it was, but they did not allow you to transport ammo. And he's like, just throw that away or keep it. Give me the rest of, give me my
Yeah,
clothes and
yeah.
stuff. They kept all of his stuff. So he got there with his
That
brother
sucks.
and he had to like share clothes and stuff for a while.
That's what's fucking stupid about you. You got people that are like the TSA, like they don't understand. Like ammo is worthless without something to put it in.
Right.
Right.
Like you can like let you know, like you can
put somebody's
throw
eye out
you
with
can
that.
throw like live rounds on a fire and you're just gonna hear some things pop. Like that's it.
Really?
That's it. Like the bullet
Because it
can't
needs that
right.
hammer.
The ammo, the powder by itself isn't enough to like really do anything. But a gun is designed to contain that explosion and force it out a barrel.
Okay.
So then you've got a lot of velocity. But without that, it doesn't mean anything. So like you're talking about with your dad,
It's my
bullets
uncle.
by them or your uncle. Sorry, yeah, you just said that. I'm sorry. Your uncle. That by itself doesn't mean fucking anything. There was there's a hilarious article of where it was in Britain. Somebody found a 22 round on a sidewalk, and yeah, like they if we were talking about this, I would have found the source. But like, yeah, police like barricaded off the area. Because this round of 22 was laying on the ground, like because it was like an explosive or something.
Chalk outline with a barricade.
It's more ammunition that they're carrying.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, it is. But it's come on, man. Like
That's
you gotta understand like how this shit works.
Do you?
Like, it's
you,
not scary when you're.
You want to wager guess at where the most guns were confiscated in the United States?
in the South.
By state or what?
What's airport were the most guns confiscated by TSA?
I'm gonna guess Miami.
Not Miami. I'd say that's wrong.
Fort Worth.
Dallas.
That's the same airport. Y'all don't travel enough.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Okay, then not that. What's the airport in Alabama then? That one.
I don't know. Birmingham, I guess.
Birmingham Airport.
No, it's Atlanta.
Atlanta's international. That makes
Atlanta.
sense. Yeah.
That does make more sense. Yeah.
It's a bigger airport. Yeah.
You're right, because you're in the South, but you got like, yeah, you got a little bit of
International
everything.
hub.
Yeah.
So
That's a way better guess. Yeah.
Fair enough. All right, next.
hold on. Are you gonna get into Corona stories?
Yeah.
Let me tell my gun story real quick.
Sure. Why
Oh
not?
God, I need a pee. Jeez, can I talk about
Go
something
piss,
shitty?
man.
No, I need to hear the gun story.
Hey, you don't need to weigh in on this gun story. Well, I'll handle it.
Yeah.
No.
I'll handle it.
So this is not a new news story. This actually happened in 2008. But I was listening to the podcast Lore, which by the way I want to recommend for anybody.
What's this podcast about?
It's about different folklore stories and their origins and stuff like that. It's really
good so
awesome
far.
if you like that stuff.
How long is this podcast? I need to know all these things before I can recommend it.
Those episodes are pretty short. They're like 15 minutes.
15 minutes. That's not long enough.
That's not. Yeah, you're almost in like the too short.
That's not a podcast.
for,
That's a short.
You can't get
It's-
any
it's
info in
perfect
15
for-
minutes.
It's perfect for what it is.
Okay.
Just
All right,
anyway,
fair enough.
So listen. So there was a 55-year-old guy who was a
Double nickel.
He's
He was
double
an
nickel
executive for Red Lobster. This is a true story. Okay. He yeah, sure. why not?
Okay.
He's found about 100 miles east of Albuquerque in the desert. Gunshot wound to the head.
Uh-oh.
Oh shit.
Back of the
guy.
head. Yeah.
What a fucking ball.
So they're assumed that he
dead,
was.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. Not a boss.
It's-
he was dead. I thought you meant he was wandering around with
No. Sorry. When I say he was found means his body was found.
Got you. Okay.
Okay.
I'm good. So it's assumed that he was kidnapped and slain, right? Turns out later
Executed.
Yeah.
That level
Right.
of slang.
Okay.
Got you.
he's from Texas, okay, but he's 100 miles east of Albuquerque. Anyway, they've discovered later that he had driven his Grand Cherokee until it ran out of gas. He walked out in the field. He tied helium balloons to a gun, covered his mouth with duct tape, shot himself in the back of the head, and the gun floated away with the balloons.
I have heard this story.
Have you heard
I
this
have
story?
heard about this.
Okay,
Wow.
so check this out.
That's brilliant.
I have heard this, dude.
So
Like,
basically,
dude, but if you're gonna kill yourself,
That's awesome.
so
like, man,
Props.
So this was suicide. Of course, the point here was so his family would collect insurance, right?
You wanted
so-
to make it look like an execution.
Yeah, like they're not going to find
Yeah.
the fucking like
They found the
helium-tied
gun.
balloon. Yeah.
They found the gun attached to the balloons, snagged on bushes and cactuses, not that far from the body, actually. The grip of the Smith & Wesson airweight had been removed and the trigger guard ground down. He took as much weight off as he could to make it light as possible.
Okay.
So the investigator.
So it would fly higher.
So the plan was to have the gun
So
float.
he picked an airway. He picked like a light ass gun.
Yeah.
I
So-
didn't pick that out. I was like, he took his best gun, like because those airways are fucking expensive.
No, so the point was the gun was supposed to float far away, so it wasn't found. But that didn't happen.
That helium was in there like all day.
So he tried to make it look like he
You know
was
what? He
murdered.
probably would have got away with it if he weren't in fucking New Mexico, for God's sakes. If it was like a forest or something near him,
Yeah.
So-
and not fucking.
I've heard this
cacti
story, but
everywhere.
honestly, I don't think I knew it was true.
Okay.
I honestly think I may have thought it was an urban
So-
legend.
So an investigator obtained a copy of an October 2003 episode of CSI and noticed there was a lot of similarities.
Maybe that's where I got this story
So-
from. Then.
Oh,
He
wow.
got the idea from watching the show.
Oh shit!
Wow.
But hey, I think that's actually there's a little bit of bullshit to that, depending on how it was, because when I got life insurance after my first daughter was
My life insurance. That's a stretch.
is
I'm
this what we're
sorry.
doing here?
I'll take that.
Okay,
I'll
okay.
take that back. I retract that.
But I wanted to know like what like you know,
Yeah.
like what nulls this life insurance? And the guy in the life insurance agent was like, well, nothing. And I'm like, what if I kill myself? Like, does
not that I'm considering it.
Yeah, not that I'm considerate, but I want to know the thing. And he was like, well, in the contract you're about to sign, there's a thing where it doesn't count if you kill yourself in the next, like, I think 2 years.
After 2 years, we don't give a shit.
Yeah, basically. But yeah, that's the thing. After 2 years, and I'm like, okay, so after 2 years you can? He was like, yeah, well, it's like we figure if the general consensus is if somebody like wants to kill themselves, they're not going to wait 2 years to do it.
So if you're getting insurance just to kill yourself,
Right. That's what
but
they're
if you
trying
kill
to
yourself
say.
later,
It may have only been 1 year. I can't remember exactly what it was, but basically, like the life insurance, was the one that I have is like anything, like literally any way you die, like so.
are you,
I don't
are you
wanna-
in the zone where you can kill yourself now and your family's paid?
Yeah, and I don't want anybody to know like you can off me and like
Make
make
it
it look like a suicide. But hey, if you are man enough to off me and make it look like a suicide, I'm happy to know that my family still gets the
Honestly, that's
the
really nice.
entiretiness of the thing.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
I love you. I'd rather keep you around though.
No, I don't think you would do that, but we're broadcasting this to like tens of people, so
You would definitely be on the short list of suspects.
yeah.
Tens of people.
Yeah, so I don't know how many, like, there might be 9 of them that are like fucking crazy. I don't
Like
know.
we told the story about how I got my ass beat and he laughed at me, so I had to off him.
What? I didn't get we're talking about how I got my ass. Oh yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
that guy needed to just add more balloons to the shit, and he'd been better.
Yeah,
I don't
this
know.
dude have like 3 balloons.
I just thought, you might find that interesting,
I do.
from a gun perspective.
I find it
and like
interesting
the weight
from a life
of it.
perspective.
Uh,
It's awesome.
Yeah, I've definitely heard that story.
And that seemed like an original idea to me, but sounds like something they would have written for a CSI
Yeah.
episode. So
Hey, all I want to talk about though right now, I just really want to
Please.
bring up, like, let's just throw it back a little bit and talk about how awesome it was that I won that music challenge that you did earlier. Like, I mean, the way that I knew all those songs is just. I mean, how fucking
Well,
smart.
anyway, what's the next Tales of Iguana?
What about how that guy from CSI Miami takes off his sunglasses every time they cut scene?
how weird is it that they only use the Who songs on all their
That's
different
true.
spinoffs?
I love how that was a meme for like 2 years. Where people would do it like they would make a joke and then it was like glasses ... and then
Glasses would come
off glasses. Yeah, there was like that whole meme from that. I've really got to pee. I'm sorry. I can't.
Oh, that's all
There it
right.
goes.
I said I was going to be iron bladder, but I can't do it.
It's all right. It's all right. You can go pee. Okay. We'll wait about the
Continue.
next one.
Anybody listening to this is probably going to take a pee break at some point.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
If you're at home right now,
I'm wondering.
take a pee break.
Yeah, take a
Tell
pee
us,
break.
how do you like the new streaming? Does it seem better or worse?
Have you been scrolling that thing the whole time?
No, we've been changing it up.
Yeah, because we went to chat,
Doing
Yeah.
the chat for
which I noticed the chat didn't catch everything because
Yeah.
I said got to clock in and kick some ass, and it didn't
Once
take
you,
it for
once you
some
go
reason.
back, once you go back to my podcast theme.
Because it just says LOL, like I'm responding to Steven's response with a classic 2D animation.
You saying there's something missed on there?
Yeah, I typed in, got to clock in and kick some ass because I was referring to your story.
It didn't show up.
No, I just go and type it again. See if it...
That's interesting. But yeah, here's the Through the Never, which is Chris's podcast, Through the Never. Go listen to it if you like music, or if you just like Chris, or if you think that redhead motherfucker took your parking spot. Go listen to it.
So this was a story where being a ginger was a detriment to your.
The funny thing about this is I had no idea until after I saw TJ come in all busted up. That's the first inclination I had of anything that was going on, and then the story slowly backed up.
Dude,
and like now I'm hearing new parts of it that I didn't know.
I completely forgot that it was you that were do that ass whooping and not me.
I thought too.
Did you mean bug him?
Do you
afterwards?
think you would have done better in the fight than I did? If all things were
at that time? I mean, I don't know because I didn't see the fight.
Yeah.
But
how big was this guy?
As a kid,
he's giant. He's huge.
As a kid, I did do martial arts for years.
What martial art?
Taekwondo had to be.
No, not
shit.
Taekwondo. The different ones. But so, I mean,
I
would
Krav Maga and shit in there. Israeli Special Forces.
I don't know.
Krav Maga has like a million dick punches.
I said Krav Maga is like everything that's illegal in every other martial art.
Krav Maga is
dick punch, eye gouge, fish hook.
Krav Maga
stick my fingers up your nose hole.
A lot of leg work. There's a lot of legs.
Stick my finger in your butthole until you submit.
I don't know if y'all know this, but Krav Maga translate from Israeli to English to how to destroy a man's balls.
See, I believe it.
That's what the whole thing is based on.
I believe it. I never want to get enough Krav Maga fight.
I thought it was like strong legs.
Strong legs?
That's because it's all leg stuff.
Nah, it's all dick punches.
Destroy a man's nutsack.
Dick punch.
Ball
twist.
Everything it is.
All right, fair enough. I'm going to go to the next Tales of the Guano. Y'all ready for this?
It's time. Oh, sorry.
So the state of Missouri. Missouri.
It translates to contact combat.
Oh,
no, it doesn't.
You son of a bitch.
Fake news.
That's fake news if I ever heard it.
Yeah.
The state of Missouri sues televangelist Jim Baker for selling fake coronavirus cure.
Wait, is he the one that blew it away?
No, that's
Kenneth Copeland.
Kenneth Copeland.
Is this like you have
Which,
to kiss?
by the way, is great.
That dude, if you haven't seen that video,
we can show it if you want to show it.
Yeah, we should show it.
Oh, can you show it? Or
let's show it.
Can you pull it up? I mean, that dude. If there is one single person on this entire planet that is literally possessed by a demon,
I was going to ask if this cure had to involve snakes in some way.
Oh, have you not seen this video?
No, you haven't seen it. It's fucking great. It's fucking great.
Oh yeah, you
want me to show the remix?
Yeah, remix.
No, don't show the remix. Show the real. The remix is what you watch after you watch the real one. This is so ridiculous.
You got it.
Yeah, definitely show the real one.
That was just him preaching.
Is this it right here?
No, you got to do the remix because it's gonna pull up the song.
No, don't show the remix. That's just something funny.
Because we have
in the name of Jesus.
Oh, thank you, Jesus.
Oh, gee.
Hang on, go scream with it.
Standing in the office of the prophet of God, I execute judgment on you, COVID-19.
Oh,
I execute judgment on you, Satan.
Look at this other dude that's with him. Like he can't. He's like trying to hold his smile. Look at him. Look at him trying to hold his smile.
Get off this nation. I demand judgment on you.
Look at him. He's about to crack, man.
Hey, that's the worst hype man I've ever seen.
yes.
He demands a vaccination to come immediately.
I call you done.
I call you done. He said.
I call you gone.
Doggone.
Come down from your place of authority, destroyer. You come down and you crawl on your belly like God commanded you when he put his foot on your head.
This virus?
Of Eden.
I don't remember that Bible verse.
No, you gotta go. You gotta go to the song though. The remix is fantastic.
No, fuck you in the song. We're listening to.
No more. No more.
Definitely a hype man.
Yeah, he.
is finished. It is over.
Must be very embarrassing for him
The
2 weeks later.
United States of America is healed and well again.
Like 20,000 people have died since he did this, by the way.
Look at that clear pulpit.
Who is also the Prince of War, the Lord Jesus Christ.
Wait, Jesus is the Prince of War?
Yeah,
That don't sound right.
Mean, nasty people attack his people. When mean, oppressive, nasty disease
I haven't seen this part. This part's usually edited out.
attack his people, George.
George. Hey,
The
George.
Prince of Peace takes his place.
He does.
He becomes the mighty
Oh no, this is about to end. This didn't even do the whole thing.
Fuck.
The music
He-
video is better.
I don't know. He looks a little bit possessed.
I'm
The,
telling you.
the remix is so good.
Fuck you in this
Where's the
remix.
remix?
Like,
Have you
stop
seen
talking about
it?
I have seen it, but it's a remix though. It's something that's funny to see after you've seen the actual video. You can't see the remix first unless you know the context of what it come from.
Is this it? The top one?
No.
No, this doesn't seem right. Put in blows because that was the thing.
Yeah,
Well,
blows
he
the
blows,
COVID-19 away.
Blows COVID-19 away. Yeah, put that in.
The Wind of God, I think, is actually what it's called.
Yeah. Yeah, see what that brings up.
Yeah, there it is. The wind.
This one?
Not the metal remix, but shit.
let's watch the metal remix. I'm interested.
I mean, the metal remix is good.
top one?
Yeah, try that one. See what
Wind of
we
God.
get here. Yeah, I think this is it.
COVID-19.
There it is.
Yeah, it is.
This is the remix.
I blow the wind of God.
Look at his face. That's a possessed
You are
motherfucker right there.
destroyed forever,
This is a different performance.
and
Yeah.
you will never be.
He did this more than one days. Like it didn't work out for him the first time, so he was like, "Well, let's try it again." And look, that
Hey,
same hype man is
strong,
with
it
him.
doesn't have to be a fast wind. Didn't say anything about it being blowing no 40 miles an hour. Don't have to.
Don't have to be 40.
Wow.
Just hot.
Yeah, he
Hot
like
wind.
he
Hot
calls
breath.
on
We
God
know
to
what
bring in a
hot
heat
is,
wave,
Texas.
and then we have fucking snow.
This thing is
Right
gonna
after that.
Shit, it
in New Orleans.
backfired.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm telling you, it gets hot down there. I mean, like Jesse says, it's Africa hot down there, man.
Like
Who's
Jesse
Jesse?
said.
It gets muggy.
Is it
And
worse
that's
to
what
be-
It takes to kill this thing. It hates heat. It hates.
Why is that guy
humidity.
always with
It
him?
hates
I know. Is it
warmth.
worse to
just
be this
dies.
guy, or is it worse to be this guy's lapdog?
I've never been to church and seen two preachers.
You haven't been to church and seen a hype man? How you gonna preach without a hype man?
It's like Flavor Flav of preachers.
Oh, this is a whole video talking about how this guy's full of shit. Now they're showing pictures of the like all the people that's died after
This
he
is a
did
real
this.
buzzkill. I'll be honest with you.
Back to the tales of the guano.
I mean, that's what. Yeah.
You ain't never seen hot
You ain't never seen hot,
until it
motherfucker.
gets hot in Texas.
Look at
And
it. Look at his
gets muggy
face.
down there in Houston.
He's talking through
in
gritted
New
teeth.
Orleans. And it gets.
What the fuck?
Oh God, I can't even go outside. That's good. Stay in the house. Turn on the air conditioner and watch that demon die. Watch it die right in front of you. Just get so muggy you can't stand it.
Oh my God.
What the fuck?
We've talked about this guy before, and I think we played a video of his before where he was the one that was talking about he was trying to justify why they have a private jet.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Those churches in Texas get huge.
That's wild stuff, man. A lot of people in Texas.
But honestly, like, who the fuck, like, and I saw a thing about like what these preachers make. Like you think about like Joel Osteen being like this big preacher.
Yeah.
Like his annual income's like $4 million. This dude's
Which is-
or no,
which
his
is
net
insane,
worth.
by the
Sorry,
way.
his net worth is like $4 million, which is insane. This dude, this Copeland guy,
Yeah.
his net worth is like $50-something million.
That's
Like he is
man.
worth that much more than Joel Osteen.
Do you know what this reminded me of? I was thinking about Rick Moranis and like Ghostbusters, like the gatekeeper.
He kind of
Keymaster.
looks like that. Yeah, you're right. He does kind of look like that.
Just seemed kind of like controlled.
Yeah, like he's trying to like run through a party, and everybody's like, "Hey, we're having a good time," and he was like, "Are you keymaster?" Everybody's like, "What the fuck?" No, wait, he's the gatekeeper. He's looking for the gatekeeper.
Gatekeeper.
Sorry. Yeah, sorry, I fucked it up.
Are you the gatekeeper? Rick Moranis.
By the way, Rick Moranis is coming back.
Is he? We
Yeah,
talked
yeah.
about him on the last podcast.
He retired because his wife died, and he wanted to take a break to raise
His
his
wife
kids.
We talked about this on the
Died.
podcast.
He wanted to raise his kids,
Sad.
but
Jesus,
his kids are grown now, and he's coming back to acting. So
Holy shit.
Interesting.
that's awesome.
Little Giants 2.
No, please be comedy. Whatever he is, please be comedy.
What's your favorite Rick Moranis movie? Go.
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters.
Yeah, probably Ghostbusters.
Fuck y'all.
Dude, it's Ghostbusters.
What are you gonna say?
Little
Honey,
Shop of Horrors,
Honey, I
motherfuckers.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids
But
in a second.
There is a new Ghostbusters coming out, so maybe.
Oh, is it going to be a lesbian
Who knows?
flick?
No,
Like the last one?
I'm going to tell you.
It's an actual sequel.
She Power.
No, it's
Sesame,
actual
Tenders.
sequel.
My favorite Rick Moranis movie would be Honey, I Blew Up the Baby, but they didn't have Levi in there playing the baby, so fuck him and fuck all
Tell
them.
that story, bro.
He told it on the last podcast.
Yeah, I told it on the last
he told it on the
one.
very
Yeah.
last podcast.
I don't remember.
I didn't make the cut.
I don't remember any podcast.
didn't make the cut.
I barely remember this episode.
No, you were better on deck though.
Steven
like-
fucked it up.
Steven was a shitty actor.
They only hire what's this? They only hire twins for those kind of roles.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a twin.
Yeah.
Levi's a twin.
because they can only like use
Oh, you
them
know
for
this.
so many hours, right?
Levi went in there and bossed it, and then Steven come in there like, dude, and that fucked the whole fucking thing up.
And it's not your fault, Levi, that Steven has an extra chromosome. It's not even your fault.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
that's
man.
all good. All right, so we're not even talking about any of this shit, but Jim Baker, televangelist, held up a blue and silver bottle, gazing intently and labeled as he questioned the woman sitting next to him. Here, let's read more of this.
Yeah, we
That
got into
sentence made no sense.
like you said the word televangelist, and we got all way off the rails, didn't we?
I know we did.
I love getting off the rails.
So his guest, so-called natural health expert Cheryl Shellman, falsely implied that the liquid would likely be effective. The coronavirus impacting more than 120,000 people worldwide.
Oh
Just-
my god, is this guy going to make holy water?
Yeah, he
Is this where this is going?
Right. Well, let's say it hasn't been tested on this strain of coronavirus, but it has been tested on other strains of the
Oh, yeah.
coronavirus, and it has been able to eliminate it within 12 hours.
Bullshit.
Totally eliminate it.
No, that's how,
Kills it.
that's how it works.
Deactivates it. Deactivates is funny. Silver Solution, it's called,
Elixir.
has been proven by the government that it has the ability to kill every pathogen
Which government agency?
It is-
the government.
ever been tested on, including SARS and HIV.
Holy shit. It kills
Selman
H-
continued. 4-ounce bottles could be yours. A message on the screen said for just $80.
Some poor bastard had AIDS, SARS, and coronavirus,
What-
and he took a drink and
What'd
he
you-
was all
What'd you
over.
say it was again? What is it made of?
Silver Solution.
So it also cures you if you're a werewolf.
That's right.
Yeah.
Silver.
Yeah, and it's only made by this guy.
Baker and Morningside Church Productions have violated the Missouri law by falsely promising to consumers that Silver Solution can cure, eliminate, kill, or deactivate coronavirus and/or boost elderly consumers' immune system
Oh, so
and keep them healthy, while there is in fact no vaccine, pill, or potion or other product available to treat the coronavirus.
oh, good. Fuck this guy.
Yeah.
He needs to get that. There needs to be more of that shit going around, especially when you're talking about people's health.
So this motherfucker went on the air and was like, "We got this shit. Drank this, $80." Killed that
He's
coronavirus.
literally like an old western, like he's rolling in
Snow-
town selling an
snake
elixir.
oil.
Do you,
Yeah, snake oil. Yeah.
Elixir. Do you remember the Sweeney Todd movie where they're like,
Oh.
"This is piss."
I watched that movie with a
like he was selling this elixir,
With a
and then
woman, I think we didn't
in the
make it
crowd they're
through it.
like, "That's piss." He smells it. He's like, "This
That's
is piss
amazing.
you're selling."
That's great.
That's awesome.
So there you go. Silver Solution, baby.
This elixir was supposed to heal everything.
Also
like cure
eliminates
baldness
gray hair.
and all that.
Yeah. Silver
like-
Solution.
This is piss.
Do we got any more COVID-19?
Yeah, we do. Scotty Andrews want to weigh in on this?
Nah.
Okay. I feel like that was
Scotty. Who's Scotty Andrews?
That was the character that Levi did.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Scotty Andrews.
He
All
might-
right.
He'll make a guest appearance at some
Here-
point.
I'm gonna go this one first.
Olivia, can we get a picture notebook for the
Fuck
for the
off.
social
No,
media?
we're not doing nothing.
No, it's great.
Get out of here.
No, I was shitting on
No,
it.
you're shitting on it.
I was shitting on it, but now that it like makes sense in my head what you're doing,
You like it.
I do. It's genius.
Thank you.
I'm very
That's
envious of it. You want to see my notebook at home? It fucking looks not anywhere near as cool as this.
I'm borderline serial killer. I got some yarn in here. I'll draw some lines.
No, not even that. Like you have a game and some interesting facts at the
Yeah,
same time.
That's what I do. So here we go. Kenya governor under fire for putting Hennessy bottles in coronavirus care packages. So
I'm not going to be mad about it.
recipients
Okay.
Recipients of Nairobi politician Mike Sonko's COVID-19 care packages can expect to receive the typical food staples and one item, alcohol. Sonko, the governor of Kenyan capital city of Nairobi, confirmed in a media briefing on Tuesday that his care packages include a few small bottles of cognac, Hennessy.
Pretty sure it's cognac.
And are they really bitching about this?
I think cognac. Right? You say cognac?
I'm pretty sure it's cognac. Am I wrong?
Oh shit.
Can you
I
fact
go-
check this, Levi? I'm pretty sure it's
Yeah.
cognac.
Continue your story.
All right. The governor justified the inclusion of alcohol as throat sanitizer.
That's funny.
Oh, he fucked up there.
Yeah,
He shouldn't have done that.
I got some throat sanitizer for you.
Yeah. Like he should have just been like, this is what you need to live with each other
That's right.
for the next few days.
What was
All right,
that?
I apologize.
We're not going to hear that.
Here we go.
Cognac.
Cognac. I'm right. See.
I'm
Yeah.
right. See,
Cognac.
Cognac.
It's cone.
It says KOWNYAK.
Cognac.
Cognac, motherfucker.
Cone.
Hear that?
It's cone.
Hear that?
Okay. All right.
Oh shit, that's less satisfying when you agree.
Well, I wasn't going to down that hill anyways.
Okay.
I thought it was cognac, but
All right, fair enough. I think from research conducted by the World Health Organization, this is what he says, and various organizations, it has been believed that alcohol plays a major role in killing coronavirus, Sonko said in the video.
That's like they're saying going to
well-
sauna, like the heat
yeah.
does
Yeah.
something to you.
Heat shock proteins, baby. So we'll have some small bottles of Hennessy in the food packs that will be given to our people, Nairobi governor said. So, anyways,
Well,
the
see,
story
that-
gets less entertaining because the World Health Organization says,
the
no.
fact is the government tried to give people good brandy. Pretty sure Hennessy's a brandy,
Yeah.
and everybody's mad about it.
yeah, I know. What's that?
Like just
It's free
Yeah.
alcohol.
Yeah.
They happy y'all not get pissed at each
I'm
other.
happy.
All right. The last one is instead of shaking hands, some alternatives you can consider from around the world.
I'm down for these. Fuck shaking hands.
I want y'all to try these.
I like shaking hands.
I like shaking hands too.
It's like bowing.
So Dr. Anthony Fauci declared,
I don't like touching
Yeah.
people.
Fauci.
yeah, that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah, you do.
He declared all that close physical contact is just not what you want when there's a respiratory-borne pathogen around the world. But look, there's plenty of alternatives. One, namaste. Namaste, a
like
traditional Hindu, means the divine within me bows to the same divine within you. Sanskrit, according to Hindu American Foundation, clearly the gesture is a poetic step up from the clammy handshakes. To do it, bow slightly, palms pressed together, forward in your chest with your fingertips pointing up.
It's a yoga thing.
Yes,
Namaste.
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 That's
Namaste.
what
Yeah, do you know what this reminds me of? The Owen Wilson character in Wedding Crashers.
Ah, dude,
Namaste.
that was
It's
was
like,
uncomfortable.
Didn't it sound like a namaste?
Yeah.
Didn't it sound like a
yeah. He was basically dry humping all the,
Yeah.
the dude's wives
yeah?
in that movie. All right, number 2. Don't say hello with your hands. Say it with your brows. The eyebrow flash, a touchless alternative in Samoa. It gets harder to read when you're drunk.
Wait,
by the way, I
wait,
just
wait.
wanna
What?
say.
It sounded like a bunch of winking. Say that again.
Yeah. So to do it, raise your eyebrows and smile at the person you're greeting.
Oh, I see. There's actually a visual like showing you. Like it's showing the eyebrows going up and the cheeks of the smiles going out. Yeah, see, it's telling
Like
you
that?
exactly what to do.
So there you
Like
go.
just in case you didn't know how to smile,
So there
this
you
is
go.
letting you know.
Now, the next one is the way bow. Several East Asian countries have their own variations of bowing in respect that requires zero physical contact. In Thailand, it's called way. Young people are the ones who way to people older than them or those they respect, like parents or teachers. Here's how to hui.
Way.
According to this word I can't pronounce, the Thai tutor with language learning tool, TiPod 101 bonus points if you keep at least 6 feet. This is stupid. Let me just move it forward. Press your palms together near your chest. Do it, Levi. Lower your head and raise your hands until your thumb touches your nose and your index finger touches your head between your eyebrows.
I've seen this.
Lower that bitch.
Bring your hands.
Lower that head.
Bring your hands to your head while you bow.
I think I've seen this in martial arts.
To greet an older person or someone of age, do the same, but touch your nose with your
Oh my
index fingers instead.
I'll be right back.
You got to pee again?
Yeah.
You shallow bladder having motherfucker.
Yeah, you and your 15-minute podcast. I know why.
All right, fuck it. That's stupid. All right, here's the next one. This is the one I like. Some Zimbabweans, particularly those who belong to the Shona ethnic group, follow handshakes with 2 claps each, said Dave Mutasa, a professor at the Shona language of University of South Africa. Typically, when two people meet, they shake hands before clapping. We're skipping that step now. So the pandemic-friendly alternative is when two people meet, the first person asks, greetings, how are you? Then the person claps. The other person responds, usually with, I am fine. And then they clap in return.
They want you to clap at somebody?
Yeah.
Hey, Chet.
How you doing?
All right.
Pretty good.
I understand everybody's got their own thing, but
What's your recommendation, Chad?
I prefer the
Butterfly kisses?
No.
Is that where you touch your eyelash to somebody?
Yeah, I prefer the straight up head nod, like the you start chin up.
Yeah.
Yep, you do a quick up, a quick back down.
All right.
You give them respect. You let the people know you're not a bitch. You're on your way.
I actually like yours
Do you grab your
than
nuts in this process?
No, not unless you're a fucking asshole. You don't do that. You just give them a straight up, like, hey, how you doing? Unless you're driving. If you're driving, then you're on your thing. But then you give them the
open hands.
Yeah, you give them the 4 fingers up. Like, I'm driving. I got my hand on top of the wheel.
You keep your thumb locked and just throw the fingers?
Yeah, you just throw the fingers.
Okay.
That's what you
Your
do.
other hand's completely free. Why can't you just throw them a full 5?
No, because
Yeah.
you're shifting gears. Because you're not a fucking automatic driving pussy.
Oh my God.
You drive an automatic.
Well, yeah, we all do, but we still pretend that we don't.
You did have a Corvette that was at one point.
That's
your-
true.
in your
Well, yeah,
driving
and I
career
mean-
that
I mean,
was
You're probably texting
manual.
with your other hand.
Did you have have you
That's the thing. Yeah, I'm texting my other
Yeah.
hand, so I can't. That's
right.
the truth. Yeah.
have you ever owned a manual transmission?
Yes.
Really? What car?
My first couple cars.
Really?
Yeah.
Manual's great. I mean, it actually
You've owned
sucks.
one?
Yeah, but I mean, it's
Have you owned any?
No, but I know how to drive it because I was taught on it.
Really?
I learned on a
Could you
manual.
still do it?
Probably not well.
I bet you could.
I
bet
did
you'd be
one.
fine.
I drove one recently. It wasn't mine, but I did get in one
Well,
to drive it.
Chunk
recently.
that.
So like
stall it
no,
out?
newer
it's good.
vehicles have
Man, once you're comfortable-
the clutchless manual shift or whatever. And I've
Yeah,
done
but I mean, it's
that,
still
but
basically
that's-
an automatic.
Yeah. If you're just pushing plus and minus, that's
Yeah.
not the same.
But if you got a motorcycle, I
But
mean, that's an automatic.
If you
Or,
learn
I mean,
with one,
manual,
or you
sorry.
if you learn with one, or you own one for a year
Yeah.
or so, then you pretty much get back in one and not be
That's
totally stupid
interesting.
in it.
Yeah.
As previously mentioned, the girlfriend I kissed going into that before that fight,
Mhm.
she had a manual transmission, tried to teach me once, and I was terrible at it. And that's the only experience I've ever had. So I would say I'm a pussy when it comes to that.
Oh, stop being such a pussy and drive a manual.
Yeah, I guess I need to buy one.
You know,
But how am I going to text?
A manual is one of those things where it feels great when you're driving it, especially
Yeah.
if you have a powerful engine in the car. But it gets old pretty quick.
Yeah. I agree. No, it's like it's great when you're just driving some back road and then you get stuck in traffic and you're like, fuck every bit of this. I mean, I had a Corvette. That clutch had to weigh fucking 30 pounds. Dude, my leg would be so fucking like it's fine until you get stuck in traffic.
Yes, if you're in traffic, it's awful.
And I'm about to die, man. I cannot do this anymore.
I get that. I didn't enjoy it. So
No, I did enjoy it, but now honestly, like there's no reason to. Like automatics are so good, and what Levi was saying, the where you can manually shift, like
But do you use that in automatic?
No.
Because I have that in my car now, and I don't use it.
well, I mean, like your sports cars and stuff have it, because if you're trying to like run a track, you might want to like shift
we're all
down.
dads here. We're not having sports cars. What are you talking about?
No, but I mean, my point is like if you have a manual at this point, like you're intentionally hindering yourself. If you look at like car, whatever car, YouTube or whatever, like your 0 to 60 times, your track times are always slower now for a manual, which used
Right.
to not be
That
the
makes
case.
sense. That makes sense.
Used to be a
Okay.
manual, like you had the thing, but now automatics, like they have like fucking like 16 gears in an
Yeah.
automatic, and then you can manually shift to where you need to shift. And so, like, yeah, just everything about it's better. Like the only reason they make manual is because people like how it feels.
Yeah.
It does feel
That
really
makes sense.
fucking good. To
That
drop
makes
Well,
manual.
and they also sell it cheaper. So if you're trying to get,
I don't even think that's true
If you're
now,
balling
because
in a
like now
budget.
a manual is an option.
Well,
So like
so-
they have to make it like different now.
So it's like
But-
there's less supply, so it
maybe
makes the value
maybe
go
so.
up.
Last time I shopped for a car, it was cheaper.
It is cheaper, yeah, because they consider it the base model and you get it for a lot cheaper.
I don't even know if they consider that base model
I think
nowadays,
those
though.
transmissions are cheaper for them to produce. Is all.
Well, I would agree with that, but my thing is I think it's like different. So I think it's it's like not their mainstream production. But I could be completely wrong about that. But I just know a lot of your like sports cars and like your off-road trucks, the manual is still now the option. It's not the
right.
base.
I think when it comes to something like a Jeep Wrangler, where somebody may want that manual,
Right.
maybe that's an option you pay a little more for, or a special order or something.
Right, but you're paying more to get basically a worse
Right.
vehicle.
But if you were buying a standard vehicle, I still think they offer you the super base model that has a manual and then like crank windows and shit.
Crank windows. Can you imagine still
dude,
cranking a
dude,
window?
that
today?
fucking blows, man. That's like the worst thing ever is
Yeah.
having to fucking. Hold on a second.
Less shit they can
It's-
fuck up though.
Yeah.
You had an audio track you wanted to play too?
I have a couple. Actually, I have a news story first. I was going to tell you about if you guys haven't heard. Did you hear the one about the guy that
Sounds
was
like a joke.
Yeah.
Did you hear the one about the guy that
The guy
June that walked into the bar?
Yeah,
The
this
guy
is-
walked in the bar with 2 earrings and 1 dick piercing.
This was
Prince Albert.
in France. Did you hear about the old man in the jet fighter?
No, I didn't hear about
No.
this.
The fighter jet.
Fighter jet.
So okay, so this guy is 64 years old. He works in some kind of he's an executive at a military weapons company.
Okay.
All right. So
Sounds like an
his
awesome job.
friends arranged for him a ride in a fighter jet, a French fighter jet.
That's some good friends.
Right. Now, typically you have to go through a 10-day like medical and training kind of thing
Yeah.
to even ride in one.
Fit for service kind of
They skipped over that. Right? So they get the 64-year-old and like it was a surprise like birthday gift or something. So they arrange for him to ride in this plane.
Oh, no.
He doesn't even want to,
Oh no.
Oh, no.
but he feels pressure to, right?
Oh no.
So he gets up in this fighter jet and he panics and ejects himself accidentally.
Oh,
my God.
So
You have a parachute?
he was in distress. He survives the parachute and everything,
Okay.
and he's okay. But it's just like
Golly.
in a panic, he's like
There
grabbing
was a red
shit.
button that said
That's
"Don't
right.
push this button."
That's
And
probably
he-
like $100,000 thing to like get that
So,
all put back in the
It
jet.
says his heart was beating at like 120 to 145 beats a minute before the flight.
Oh.
Like he was in severe panic.
So somebody should have been like,
So
hey.
he apparently neglected to tighten his seatbelt straps or his helmet, causing him to float in the jet while in midair. So like they did some kind of maneuver and he kind of floated up.
Damn.
And anyway, he accidentally pushed the eject button, opening the
Fuck,
parachute
man.
and losing his helmet in the process. They took him to the hospital and after he landed in a field nearby and he was okay. But
You think he was sitting in that field going,
I fucked up.
"Oh, they're all gonna think I'm a pussy now."
So I mean,
There.
he felt pressured into it because his friends like,
Yeah.
arranged it for him. But talk about an experience you won't forget. You know,
He get to go
one thing
parachuting for the first time.
to ride in a fighter jet is a crazy experience
Yeah,
anyway.
I would
But to
do that.
freaking eject from one,
Guys, if you buy me that, I won't eject.
Okay.
I was going to, but I'm like, he'll eject. I'm not gonna.
No,
pay for
I
this.
won't. I promise I won't eject.
What if he ejected while they're doing like a little roll?
Oh, what?
He went
Yeah,
down-
shot himself straight into the ground.
I mean that
Ejaculation.
You,
Yeah.
you can die if you do it at the wrong time. But I mean, to be 64 and like, man,
I missed that party. 64.
64. So like, you know, his body may not be able to take the same amount of stress as a younger person.
He can only
would
take like 2 G's. He can't take all 3 G's.
But I mean, to have, you know, the experience of flying in a fighter jet is one thing, but to do the ejection, I mean, a lot of those pilots never even have to.
Right.
So,
Surprised he didn't die of
that's
like a heart
insane.
attack like midair.
and I
Yeah.
think this was like a year ago, but it's for some reason it popped up
That
in the
sucks,
news
man.
recently. I had a couple of things. One I thought was kind of funny. This is actually a call that I got at my house phone back when I had a house phone. This was in 2010.
Dang.
This was a voicemail. It was a wrong number, obviously,
Oh no.
but I thought it
Oh,
was
shit.
You got the voicemail
hilarious.
still?
Yeah, I got it.
Can you
I-
play it?
Yeah, we gotta play it.
I'm just gonna right here. play
Oh,
it from
okay.
my-
He's gonna put it in the mic.
Okay.
Let's see how this goes.
So yeah, I just randomly came home one day and had this on my voicemail.
Hey, Quantisha, let me tell you what happened the other day. I went down to that motherfucking store, and I seen that bitch holding my man's hand. I said, what the fuck are you doing? And she said, I ain't doing shit. I said, you better get the fuck off my man.
This cannot be real. I bet it is.
That's
real.
ridiculous.
Actually, I think it is real.
That is totally real, and I've saved that voicemail, and it's been 10 years.
That is
Oh my
fucking
gosh, that
incredible.
is hilarious.
So
amazing.
and then at the end, she's like, "Okay, bye."
Damn.
So I don't know who Quantisha is, but she didn't have my number.
You can't have a more like pretend black woman name than Quintisha, though.
Quantisha. Hey, Quantisha.
Wow.
Yeah, that is like if you're
Wow.
gonna like
You're like, I gotta make up a black woman character.
and be racist about it.
Yeah, what name can I use?
Yeah.
Quantisha.
I don't want to be
Yeah.
too on the nose, so I can't take La Quinta or anything like that. So what am I gonna do?
I mean, that had to
Quintisha.
be a legit call. It just went to the wrong number.
No, I think you're right because I'll follow this up with a story of my own. Then I was working down in a less respectable part of Nashville,
Okay.
and like I'm walking in, and this woman is walking down the street, and like she's talking on the phone, walking down the street, and she has like whatever, she has like kids like running in front of her,
Oh no.
and so like she doesn't know anybody's around. I don't even know if she cares or not. But so she's telling this story to somebody on the phone. And like I get to the part like where I can hear she's talking about, and she was like, and somebody was knocking on my door at 3 a.m. And I get downstairs, and you know who it was? Jeremy stank ass.
Jeremy stank ass. I knew it, man.
And so that's been like a running joke of stank ass Jeremy, like
Oh.
being like a thing of it, like that's the thing, like
I knew you were gonna say Jeremy stank ass before you.
because
said
I've
it, to
heard,
be
I've
honest.
told this right. Yeah.
No, I just fucking that sounds like him.
Oh, he's been here before, right?
Yeah, stank ass.
Well, I can't
That
have
was
a running
brilliant.
joke about Quantisha because then it sounds racist. But
Yeah.
It does sound racist, even though she's apparently a real person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's real. You can have a
But-
running joke.
I mean, I had that call, and then I had a text message. It was to my work phone, and it was like the knife emoji and then the clown emoji. And I was like, "What the hell is this?"
Shit.
And then later, it was followed up with a "Sorry."
Wrong
They-
number.
They just want to know if you want to go see it with them.
I don't know what that meant.
That's funny.
They're
That's
like,
brilliant.
They're like, kill you. I'm just clowning.
I used to manage the like cell phones for a company I worked for, like because it was part of my random duties I had. And this guy got canned, and I took his cell phone back, and I don't know why I was flipping through it. It was like tons of his own dick pics when I was in there. When I flipped through it. Like,
Oh wow.
he had his work phone, and he was just like saved them. So I guess he was keeping them. Just like, that was a pretty good angle. I might want to send that to somebody different, you know?
So you saw one dick pic and you were like, Jesus.
You
What,
kept
what
on
else
look-
is in
Wait,
here?
you kept on looking?
Oh, this is another dick and another dick pic.
Yeah.
Now I'm in too deep.
Let's,
now,
let's see it at
How many
all
dick
angles
pics are in
here.
I know it. And I remember at one point thinking, like, I remember that shirt. He might have took that at work.
Was there
Like, I
one?
can see,
Was
like,
there
the
one?
I can
Was
see
there,
like the shirt tail next to the dick.
did he have one dick pic where it's like he's taking the picture and with his other hand he's giving a thumbs up? besides
No,
his
I
dick?
never saw that. That was
Weird.
that's a good one.
We're looking to see if you were like walking by in the background or something.
That would have been crazy if I was walking by.
Oh, what if he was? What if he was like spread out? Like,
photobombed his dick
full
pic.
erect dick, and you're just like strutting along in the
Yeah, I'm
background.
just walking by.
Yeah.
You're like,
I think maybe you were looking to make sure you weren't in any of these photos.
I mean, I was just curious. I mean, honestly, if you could just like, no one's gonna know. And you're gonna look at a guy you know's dick and sit like compare yourself to. You flip through a couple
now,
of them
TJ,
before
if-
you throw it away and act disgusting.
Now, TJ, if they had like a cop thing where you got to pull in and identify a person based on their dick or whatever,
Oh yeah, there was some real identifiable freckles on this dick. It was a redhead, so it was, you know that fucking redhead that stole my parking spot had some freckled dick. That's who it was. Anyways, fair enough.
I mean, I agree. I think I'd be like, after I saw the first two dicks, I'd be like, well, I got to see how deep we get in.
yeah, how
on this.
deep does the dicks go?
Yeah, like we gotta keep doing this.
there's
what if-
51 fucking dick pics on
And
this
what
phone.
if they were all different dicks?
Like not
Yeah,
his.
that's where it
yeah.
gets, that's where it gets weird right there. Is where
Then,
it's
then if
just
you kept going, I
They
would
were all
judge you.
his. They were all his.
okay.
I mean, I've never sent a dick
It's
pic
just
in
a
my
bunch of
entire
different
life.
dick
Really?
pics.
But I feel like if I've taken a single picture of my dick, I mean, that should be enough. Like, how many more different
Yeah.
pictures?
Yeah.
Like, does it mean more that you've taken it in this exact moment?
You got to put different little like hats on it and stuff.
You gotta put hats on it. Shit.
Is that what it's about?
I'll be honest. I don't like any of that. Like I don't like any of that.
I don't think women
So
like that either.
I did Tinder for like 3 days because I was curious. It was amidst this Corona.
3 days?
Well, I was like, I'm interested. I remember seeing people when Tinder was like a popular thing, and I
During
was
the height of Corona seems like the worst time to get on.
well. Listen, I was jealous back in the day when people was like they could just sit around like judging people, left swipe, right swipe, based up purely on looks. It kind of seems fun.
You're just right swiping everybody, right? Right
Hey,
swiping is a good
Hey,
one, right?
by the way, remember we talked about Dr. Fauci earlier?
Yeah.
I heard on the radio this morning that he said that going on the Tinder date, it was just your risk, interacting with one person.
Right. It's
And
less risk than going
and
to
if you're
public.
meeting somebody from Tinder, you're risking a little bit more than coronavirus anyway.
Right. That's low. On
So
your-
basically,
on your-
that's what he said.
There you go. So what's your fucking problem?
well, I'm just saying. I don't even know what the point I was trying to make was.
You went on for 3 days.
Yeah, you went out for 3 days, and for some reason you were like, I don't like having anonymous sex with women.
Well, it's everybody on there was like, I'm not here for anonymous sex. Like, I'm not here. I'm here for a relationship. I was
Bullshit.
like, fuck this. I'm like, I'm out.
Yeah,
But no, the point was,
Your impersonation of them seems very racist.
I was on blackpeoplemeet.com.
Okay,
And,
that's what
and I said
All right.
my name was Tito.
Just
I don't
checking. Okay.
know.
Your name
No.
was Tito.
Did you search for Quantisha?
My middle name is actually Lamar, so I could just go by that, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
I had a point to all this. I don't even know where I'm going. Fucking.
Well,
Well, you were saying that you had done it for you'd been on Tinder and you tried it for 3 days.
It
and-
started about dick pics, so I don't know. If that's
Yeah.
yeah, dick pics like the ball.
Right. So I just kind of like, if you both are like, okay, they're acceptable, then it allows you to communicate with each other. And like through a couple of communications, I was already getting like nudity shots like sent to me, which is crazy to me.
Do you think they were real?
Yeah. Their faces are in them.
Okay.
It all matches.
But I mean, what's their point? Like, are they trying to like I'm trying to get laid directly? I mean,
I don't know. But it's like
Like, why do you open your hand
they're
up?
They're
very
showing how
quick.
serious they
They're
are.
very quick
Yeah,
with
is
the
that
nude
the thing?
pics. And you feel pressure like, does this mean I have to send? I don't want to send anything of me. I don't want to send me naked onto the internet to a person. but you feel like they expect it when they send
You
you
feel
something like,
pressure
here's
to-
me, what you got?
Pressure to compliment.
And I didn't do it. I didn't comply.
I don't blame you. I wouldn't either.
But it's weird how free people are with their nudity. I got off. Not for me. I'm an old fashioned guy. I like to approach people creepily in the produce section of a grocery store and
Yeah, but I
say
mean,
nice
even-
melon.
You like the regular stalking methods.
Yeah.
like I'm still trying to get behind the mentality of just like, hey, how you doing? Here's my tits. Like,
Right.
like, is this just trying to be like, hey, is this just like letting somebody know like I'm down to fuck and I
Well,
don't
no,
really
it
wanna,
was
like
it was
mess
like this.
around,
It was like a conversation like this. It was like oh, nice. I'm in this industry. I like my job. It's pretty good. What do you do for fun? Oh, I like to do this. Would you like to see an appropriate photo?
Well,
Question to me. I'm like, sure. Here's my tits. That's what it's like.
Well, but
Wow.
I mean, okay, now I'm kind of starting to see their side though. Like you're fucking around. Like this whole site is all about like just hooking up, right?
But their
So you're
entire
fucking
profile says
around-
not here for hookups.
Oh well, that's weird.
That's what's weird about it.
Well, then
I was like,
that's
fuck
weird.
this, and I got off.
That's
My-
probably
my-
just trying to slow it down a bit where they can have some control.
Yeah, my
Okay.
thing was like,
But I was there for hookups.
yeah, my thing was like maybe they're trying to speed it up. Like, look, you're getting into all this career stuff. Like, I don't give it. Like, I'm just trying to get some dick. I don't. Give a shit.
Maybe that was in case their employer was looking
Yeah.
at it.
Fair enough. Their employer looking at their Tinder profile. That seems weird.
Yeah, that'd be weird.
Yeah, I think you're already in a fucked up situation if your employers.
Well,
Wait, they look at all that social media stuff now. I don't know about Tinder, but I'm just saying in general.
That's
not-
why I go under an
Not for
alias.
me. Not my thing. Not my thing. Although it was super addictive. I started swiping. It was like 7 hours had passed. And I was like, what in God's name? The sun is down. What have I done with my day? And so I knew I had to get off. So
It's a day of swiping
It
this
was
way and
terrible.
that way.
it was terrible.
You get addicted to judging people.
Fuck yeah, it's
I
fun.
feel like I'd be swiping around everybody.
What's that?
Like,
Negative
whatever.
judgment?
No, I'm saying that if you got addicted to judging people, I'm just saying I don't think I would be judging you.
You'd be like no, no, no.
Wait, is right good? Or,
I don't know.
or
I'm
is
trying
right
to-
yes?
What do you mean though?
I'm saying I would be giving a yes to everybody.
Oh, that's the way I am.
Yes, yes, yes,
'Cause I'm
yes,
like,
yes,
oh,
yes,
they're
yes, yes,
beautiful,
yes,
they're
yes, yes.
beautiful. Yeah, they're great.
Yeah.
They're great. They're great. That's the way I am.
Because I'll be like, but if they want to have sex with me,
Like,
then yes.
I don't want to settle down with them, but I mean, I totally.
Yeah.
Steven said something about you need to try to go to their website
What's
instead
this?
of the app.
Their Tinder has a website?
Apparently, I don't know.
And that's better.
Does that tell you more?
Is
I
there a
don't
lot
know.
of comments?
There's a decent amount of comments.
I don't know. Steven's going to have to elaborate on this going
but-
to the website.
I don't know
Anyways,
anything.
I don't want to completely switch gears, but I'm gonna switch gears.
Switch 'em.
So just to our first comment from Kyle, I want to talk about a little bit about Dana White and the UFC fight that fell apart, but
Oh,
give it some
yeah.
context based on recent feedback.
Yeah. So for those that don't know, the MMA community has been waiting for Tony Ferguson versus Khabib Nurmagomedov for.
Well, I've only talked about it in the last like 4 or 5
Yeah.
podcasts of like how
But-
much I was looking
But
forward to
they've
this
had
fight.
this. They've had this fight booked 5 times, and it's fallen through 5 times. It's the most cursed fight in MMA history.
And it's not
never
for,
happened.
It's not for lack of trying. Dana White, the owner, CEO, whatever of
Yeah.
the UFC, literally bought an island in attempts to isolate and produce an
I
event.
thought that was a joke.
It was
No.
your fight. No, he
He
literally
didn't
bought
buy the
an
island. He secured the island.
Secured the island.
Like
whatever. Rent.
So-
he leased it.
So this fight was supposed to happen numerous times. It's always like somebody trips over a wire, gets hurt, somebody whatever. It's always canceled. This time,
Yeah, because wait, Khabib hasn't fought for what, like 2 years now?
he's not fought since
Conor.
Since Conor, yeah.
So that's like about 2 years?
Right.
Somewhere in that vicinity?
And this fight right here is the one that everybody wanted to see in the MMA community. And this time, coronavirus was threatening.
And this is in Conor McGregor's weight class, right?
It is in
this
Conor
is,
McGregor's. Well, one of his weight classes. He fought multiple weight classes, but this is in his primary 155 weight class.
right.
So
Right. And Khabib beat Conor.
Yep, Khabib beat Conor. Tony Ferguson's beat everybody else. He's not fought Conor or Khabib, but he's beat everybody else.
And Khabib owns the belt for which weight class?
This weight class, 155.
Okay.
Right. So that's what brings a lot on this fight is just because of
Right.
you got one guy that dominated the champion, which is Khabib,
Yeah.
and then you got Tony Ferguson, which seems to have walked over
He's got like
everybody else along the way.
11 victories in a row and no defeats.
Right.
Yeah.
So then that makes you think, like, how are these two people going to do together?
And they can never get them matched up. So what happens is coronavirus, all the other sports are canceling, but Dana White, the president of the UFC, says, we're going to do this. And he has an island security tells people that he's not going to tell you where it's at, but they're going to fly people there. They're going to have fights weekly at this island. And ESPN and Disney come in and tell him cease and desist, and they cancel the fight.
Wait,
So,
why?
I don't know.
I think it's,
Coronavirus.
would
The
they-
bad
I think it's
publicity.
because of the bad pub from it. I think that it was about their.
It looks
image,
like they don't
protecting their
care.
image.
I thought Khabib was stuck in Russia. I thought
Well,
that
that's
was
one
the whole point.
That's one
that's
thing.
one aspect of it,
and that was one aspect. And then
Because
they
they're
were
not letting flights out. Is that
But-
not true?
that is true. There was supposedly a private flight he could make, but they even had a backup plan. Tony was going to fight a different guy, but even ESPN and Disney kiboshed the whole deal.
Oh, I didn't even hear that.
Yeah.
I thought Khabib was or Tony was still fighting the other guy.
Justin Gaethje.
Okay.
yeah.
But so
It's-
that's even being
Yeah,
squashed.
Disney and ESPN canceled it, so it's not happening.
Oh.
But I'll tell you,
so there's
weird,
no fight
fucked
tomorrow.
up shit. Yeah, there's no fight tomorrow. Tony Ferguson, as weird as a guy as this guy is, he still made weight today.
Just to do it.
He posted it on the internet, 155 pounds. He made weight just to prove he could do it. He was ready to fight.
Okay.
So there you go. Maybe we'll eventually get this fight.
Speaking of which, sorry, I don't mean to swap back, but Steven clarified. He said that no, the girls on Tinder always trying to get you to come check out their cam show or Snapchat. That happened to
See.
you also?
Oh, well, that's the they're like trying to catfish you and
I ain't with all that catfishing business. I appreciate him, but I'm here. I'm here for some action.
Well, he was just talking about that. That was bullshit. That was something they always try to do.
no, what he's saying is like you get on Tinder and some girl starts hitting on you and she was like, well, for $20 you can see my tits, and then tries to get you to that's what Steven's
Right,
talking
yeah.
about apparently.
Honestly, like the old fashioned way is the right way to do it. You know somebody, you know, or you meet them for the first time. Like that's the right way to do it.
You're
It's
old
all
as
good.
fuck. You gotta get with the new times.
Boys,
I ain't with the old fashioned.
I have a surprise for you.
Oh,
shit.
Just so you guys know.
Transgender is coming out of the
He's taking the
closet.
headphones off for
Oh,
this.
no. Is this a food challenge?
By the way, I have a bit of a food challenge.
You have a food challenge?
Not technically a food challenge.
I'm hungry as shit.
Oh, shit.
Oh, dude! Levi's got a shirt that I was
The
just
new
talking about.
logo.
Dude, holy
Ah.
shit! Look at this motherfucker.
Oh, shit.
Oh, and Chris even gets one just for being here.
Awesome.
That's great.
Proudly wear.
Oh, dude. I've got the.
What is this?
Business card.
What
Business
the
cards.
fuck, Levi?
Stepping up the
Look at this shit.
game.
Yeah, look at it. Look at this
Hey
shit.
guys, this is my
me feel
business.
that.
There you go,
I am solving
dude.
the
Look how
world's
many of these there's
problems
fucking are.
over a bottle of whiskey, and here's where you can yes.
Sweet.
I like
That's
that.
awesome.
I mean, I honestly
Fuck
like
yeah,
that
Levi.
quote.
That's
Solving
awesome.
the world's problems over a bottle of
Awesome.
whiskey.
That's awesome looking.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I think that's it. I mean, because that literally says what we're doing.
Oh yeah,
That's
definitely.
great. That's great.
And just for
Look at it wait to the end to drop this shit.
oh yeah,
too.
and just for
Oh, no.
for Steven and Kevin out there who are like, where the fuck's my t-shirt? Don't worry, guys, I got your shirt.
You got one for
You
Steven
will-
and Kevin.
You will get your shirts. I promise you.
Yes.
Yes, we'll get their t-shirts.
Yeah, Chris, you're the
Dude, look
third
at that
guest on the
motherfucker.
podcast.
I appreciate that. That's awesome.
That's
Okay,
awesome,
so
man.
I don't have a food challenge, but I do have.
Can I still
some-
play the theme music for the food challenge?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh shit.
I didn't know we had music for that.
You don't know this?
No.
Fuck you, I'm not eating this.
Okay.
That looks fucking disgusting. I'm not doing this. Oh, that looks so fucking awful.
So I have
It's just me cursing a
I
lot.
know.
I have a friend of mine who grabbed some craft beers from a local place, and I think you guys like IPAs.
So the beer
right?
challenge.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
I
nice.
never like IBAs.
Nice.
It's an IPA
Beer
type
challenge.
thing.
What's the name of the brewery?
We may be too late in this podcast for me to give an accurate.
Honest opinion.
I guarantee you,
oh,
I'm
it's
going
got
to
a
like
cool
this.
logo on it. Look
So
at that.
it's local.
Oh, it's a Tennessee flag.
It says social distance on the actual beer. It says social distance.
Wow. Thank you, sir.
All right, I'm in.
Pick Tennessee Ale, 16 ounces.
I have already tried this, so
Hop
I'll.
Springs from Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
Yeah,
You don't have one? You're not gonna drink one?
No,
with
no,
us?
I have had one, and it wasn't for me. I'm not a big IPA
I'm
fan.
going to read this. The human condition finds its steel at times of extreme, like Damascus steel. We're all forged into something better through the fire of tragedy. This beer was born from a necessity to provide to our community. We use 100% volunteer mission malt and Beatty Farms and a limited release beer.
It has an extreme amount of either
see?
barley or malt or something, and it's
Hoppiness.
not for me.
See, guidance. That's how you do an inspirational
Oh, shit.
thing there.
But
Take notes.
anyway, I've got a few more here. I'll leave with you guys. It was not for me, but I thought I would
But
pass
you're
it
not
on.
an IPA guy.
No, I'm not a fan of.
I love the
of
logo.
hops.
But the logo has a Tennessee flag on it. And I'm not being biased. Tennessee really has the best flag of the
Kind
entire
of got
country.
like a coffee kind of taste to it.
I did not
Yeah.
detect that. I just it wasn't for me.
I like IPAs.
Kind of skunky. A little bit too.
Oh, it's a. Ooh.
It's dark.
I like stouts even but I couldn't porters and stouts I like, but
It's
I,
different.
Interesting flavor.
it was different. So I thought, you know what, this could make a good
I don't
challenge.
hate it, but I'll say the logo is better than the beer.
Yeah.
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 So,
Yeah, I'm with that.
I kind of felt like you guys wouldn't be crazy about it, but I thought you might like it better than I
I mean,
did.
I'll finish it.
So social distance.
I had trouble
TCL,
finishing mine.
Whoa, that's a.
That is.
That is a.
Yeah.
That is a something right
Social
there.
distancing's right.
I think the breath it's going to give you would cause you to social distance.
I'm gonna set mine up in front to
As a display?
show the logo?
as a display.
Yeah,
and
so you don't have to finish it.
and I'm gonna put my Coors Light right back here in my koozie.
So okay, so it qualifies as a challenge then.
Yeah.
That is a that is a pungent beer.
It
It has
is.
a pungent odor.
Stings the nostrils.
Anyway,
What was that cologne?
Anchorman, yeah.
What was that cologne there
Sex
called?
Panther.
Sex Panther.
anyway, I got 4 more. I was gonna leave with you if you can
Okay.
handle them.
Well, dude, we don't really want to. We're not gonna look. I'm sure these are expensive.
Well, Chad, there's a quote you said. Your favorite beer is free beer, and your second favorite beer is cold beer.
That's true. That's true. But I have 2 free beers here.
Okay, you didn't pay for any of them.
I didn't pay for either of these.
So it's okay to have a preference between the 2 free ones.
Yeah. And I'm gonna pick the one that's warmer because I gotta get this down.
Boys,
Anyway,
y'all ready to call it?
It is that.
no, no,
time.
no.
What's,
Hold.
you got
Oh,
I got one more
final?
thing.
Well, I was gonna go around and give everybody a final. So you got a final?
What do you mean?
No, he has a thing. Do your
Here's the
thing.
What's
Do
your
your
thing?
Yeah. So, one more memory I wanted to revisit from the
shit.
first job
Oh, jeez.
days.
Please
The
don't be
grocery
about
store
me.
days.
Please don't be about me.
It includes both of you this time.
Oh, no.
I don't even
It's
know.
not bad.
Clue.
It's not bad.
No, we got to end this.
Hey, give me the cable here.
Oh no.
Oh, there's a sound bite involved.
Oh no. I'm so scared.
As far as you get.
Oh no.
damn.
I am so scared.
No, don't be scared.
I'm absolutely
Okay.
terrified. You have a soundbite from me from
No,
fucking.
no. I don't have any recordings from you.
Oh, thank God.
Don't worry about that. Okay, so one of the memories that I have from back when we worked together was, I don't know if you remember, but I'm sure you do. There was a Rage Against the Machine concert,
Oh yeah.
about that time.
Yeah.
and that was the only fucking thing you guys would talk about for
Yep.
weeks.
Of course.
For weeks. Okay, now I was not a fan at the time.
Rightfully
I got
so.
in.
Because you're an asshole.
I got into it later on.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're that redhead kid that steals people at parking places.
Yeah. So I'm a fan now, but I wasn't at the time necessarily.
Damn right.
Okay. It was cool, but it wasn't special for me. Right. But there was one time we were all at work, and at night we had extra tasks that we would do when we weren't busy. Right.
I have no clue who's good.
I
So-
don't either.
So there
I'm
was
terrified.
there
and
was
excited.
one particular night, and this was leading close up to the concert, and you guys were like nowhere to be found, off doing who knows what.
Oh
right?
no! Now I'm
So-
scared again.
So
I am married right now. I don't need you to.
No.
Okay,
don't worry,
just letting you know.
Don't worry. It's it's not embarrassing.
I'm not. Go for it.
It's not embarrassing. Okay, so I don't remember why I was looking for you guys. It was either because I was just wondering where the hell you were, or I felt like I was left with doing all these other tasks work-wise, and you guys were not doing shit. So I was looking around, and one of the tasks, okay, we worked at the grocery store. So one of the tasks at night, if we were done with everything else, was restocking a couple of things, mainly like dairy stuff.
Oh no. I know what this is going to be.
So-
I already know what this is going to be.
So
Oh no.
I go back to like check on what the hell's going on.
Oh no.
And I get back to
Oh,
the
no.
dairy area, and I hear like a bunch of noise.
Yep, there it is. There it is.
But I can't figure out what was going on. So I go in the back, and then I go into the milk freezer, which, by the way, is the space behind like when you
There was
get-
another person with us, I'm going to say.
I do not remember another person.
Jesse.
There was Yes. Yes.
All right.
All right.
Yes. Yes.
This- we'll see if it's the same story. But
It
I
is
don't-
the same
I don't
story.
remember a Jesse being there.
It's absolutely the same story.
So anyway,
He started this.
so like, okay, if you were
Chad
if you were
started
getting if you're getting like milk, right? You open the door and it's there and it slides down, right? But there's a room behind there. So I go into that room, and TJ and Chad, I don't remember this other guy,
He was there.
but so there are these carts, or so like it's like waist level, and then like a lower level, and there's like a push cart, and there's two levels, right?
Oh no.
And
No
there,
clue.
I go into the room, and both of these guys are on the top level, crouched down like surfers, and they're both yelling. Well, they stop when I come in the room because they don't know who the hell's coming in there. It could be a manager or whatever. So I come in and they see who I am, and they just carry on. And they're like, "Fuck you! I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you! I won't do what you." And they're just like glaring at me, like they're directing it right at me, and I'm just like, "What the hell?" And I just back out of the room and close the door.
Fuck you, Chris. I won't do what you tell me.
Yeah. So
What's
Wow.
going on? I don't know the story.
the point is, you were excited about the concert.
Yeah.
So you were back there just like
Just singing.
ripping through the lyrics.
Yeah.
Hey, we're just rap rocking.
No, it was me, you, and Jesse, and we were all in there. We were just fucking saying, because we're fucking teenagers, and we're so goddamn stupid
We're angsty.
that we didn't think that anybody could hear us outside the damn dairy cooler.
Yeah.
When
I didn't hear much, but I
the
heard that
front
somebody
of-
was in there.
the front of the cooler opened up to the entire store. So yeah, then the manager that didn't fire you, the same one,
Nice guy.
he busted open the door and was like, "Shut the fuck up!"
Did we?
Was this after I
Oh,
left?
no, we're completely shocked at the fact that like anybody can hear us. But I absolutely remember you coming in there. You come in there, it was like, "What in the fuck are y'all doing?" We're like, "Fuck this guy. We're raging against the goddamn machine. We do what we want until the machine come in there and laid the fucking hammer down on us." And then we shut the fuck up. And we went about continuing to stock the dairy.
Good old
Wow.
Mark. Let's say.
I knew exactly what story you were going to tell. Like, the thing was, like, I'll remember this story, but I forgot that it was you. But now that you say it, I'll remember you. I remember you being like, "What are y'all doing?" And we were like, "Get the fuck out of here!" And you're like, "All right, well," and you're just like, shut the door. Like, well, here's your whatever. You're making your own bed here.
That's beautiful.
Well, I happen to have
Oh shit! I forgot
recorded
there's an audio
this.
section of this. Oh
No, you did not.
no. I don't have a recording of that day, but I did re-record that song.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So anyway, I didn't know if you guys would want your own recording of you actually doing it.
No, we would not.
You played this?
Yeah, this is all me.
But
But
all the instruments?
yeah. Well, I mean, I programmed the drums.
Okay.
Otherwise,
Wait, this is your playing?
yeah, this is
guitar?
all me. This is all me.
Have
This
some
is
more volume there.
Killing in the name of. I was late. This is a song though. Like if you only know one Rage Against the Machine song nowadays, it's probably this one.
Yeah.
You think so?
It used to be Bulls on Parade.
You think it's more this?
I think it's this one now because of Guitar Hero and like just
the Matrix, right?
yeah, and the Matrix. Yeah,
The Matrix is Wake Up.
Yeah, Wake Up. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It was Wake Up.
you're right. Matrix 1 was Wake Up. Yeah, and then Matrix 2 was Sleep Now on the Fire was Matrix 2, right?
Right.
Yeah. Sorry, I messed up the.
Those are,
Some of those who work forces.
hold on, you're right. Some of those that work forces are the same that burn crosses.
Yeah.
Some of the oh shit, we were one verse too late. Killing in the name of. Killing in the name of. Now you do what they told ya. 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 Those who died were justified. Oh shit, we're at the wrong thing now. Shit, we're at the wrong verse. God damn it.
Done. Fuck it up. Fuck it up. Kill it, Chris.
Hold on.
Still in? Still in?
Oh, Joe, hold on.
Look at his eyes. I'm out.
Hold on. Right here.
Those who died were justified for wearing a badge and they're chosen white. They justified those who died for wearing a badge and they're chosen white. Those who died were justified for wearing a badge and they're chosen white. They justified those who died for wearing a badge and they're chosen white. Come on. See, I get it right. That's what you were hearing in the cooler.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
All off. We had it all off. We were trying to sync up in some way.
Oh, that's the beautiful part. You still do
All
that?
the same that burn crosses. Some of those that work forces. All the same that burn crosses. Killing in the name of. Killing in the name of. Now you do what they told you. 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 This song is very repetitive, by the way. There's like 5 words to this whole song. Now you under control. They do what they told you. Now you're under control. Now you do what they told you.
Now you're under control.
Now you do what they told you.
Now you're under control.
Now you do what they told you.
Now you're under control.
It's the same thing over and over again. Why are we so infatuated by this?
Those who died are justified for wearing the badge and get chosen white.
What are we doing here?
All right. Kill it. Kill it.
Hold on.
Kill it.
You almost did the solo.
Kill it. All right, I'm doing it in solo, actually.
Hey, this is your solo, isn't it?
It's my version. Yeah.
This is your version?
Yeah. I mean, it's not the same.
Motherfucker!
It's honestly like a really good part. That's really fucking good.
Shooting off the rails tonight.
This was the hardest part to make right here.
Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me.
This is the part that I walked in on.
Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me.
Get on your chair now.
Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Motherfucker! Oh! That's what you got to hear if you were shopping on at Al's Food Value, and Fucking
Like
1999.
2000.
yeah, like 1999, 2000.
Was there anybody shopping when this was going on?
Yeah.
No, you just had some
This
sweet,
was-
some
yeah.
sweet old lady.
Yeah, there was.
I fucking won't do what you tell me, and I don't know what was happening. I just wanted my 2%.
Yeah, I remember hearing the
Trying to buy
cashiers.
buttermilk.
Yeah, they were like, there are people back there singing in the cooler. Like, ugh,
Shit.
we're bad people.
Yeah,
The good
somebody,
old days.
some old lady opening to get some milk. Fuck you, I won't do it.
Well, Chris and I actually worked together at 2 jobs.
Yeah. You
How do
followed
you
me to
say
another
that? I followed you. Did I know you worked there? When I
Well,
was
what happened was you were
What
gone,
there?
and then I moved to a new job,
Yeah.
and then I told you that it was better situation, and then you came in.
Fair enough.
Oh, see, there we
Was
go.
this at the clothing department store?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
I worked at a
gotcha.
clothing store with.
The
So there you
department
go.
store. Yeah.
They were fitting ladies for Levi's.
Fuck yeah. I
No,
spent
no.
so much
He-
time
he
in the
was-
women's
he was-
department that they moved me there.
Yeah. He was measuring dudes for tuxedos.
Oh,
Way,
Early on.
way up in the crotch there.
I did a lot of inseam.
that
measurements,
inseam
for
is.
sure.
He measured me for tuxedo, and I didn't even buy one. He was
I
like,
was
"Let me
just like,
measure
hey,
you,"
He's
bro.
like, I need to practice on you,
Let
Chad.
me
Yeah.
measure you, bro.
and it was like
It's a little short.
inseam, tape up, tape down, tape up, tape down, tape up, tape down, tape up, tape down. And I was like, well, I'm not complaining.
Levi,
I'll
you
take
got any final words?
No, other than fuck you. I won't do what you tell me.
That's a good one.
I didn't.
God,
I
was
didn't
that
really-
not goddamn awful? I'm telling you,
No,
it was no
You know,
better. It
you know-
was
Not
no
bad.
better.
You're actually
I-
pretty good.
Okay, so I went through. I got some equipment at the house. I don't typically record stuff, music at home, but I recently got some equipment and I was testing it out. And I
You
was,
recorded our theme song at your home, though, right?
yeah. But I'm saying before that, not too long ago, I was experimenting with trying to record at home because, I mean, I have a music industry degree, but it's not on the production side. So
Degree? Like you literally went to 4 years of college?
yeah, I literally have a bachelor's degree in music industry.
That's amazing.
So, but it wasn't in the production side. It was in other business parts of it. But anyway, so I don't usually record stuff at home, but I got some equipment and I was testing my capabilities, right?
I hate to interrupt.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Oh, I know who this phone call
Oh,
is.
is this a
I know who this phone
Hold on.
call is.
answer?
Hello, pizza delivery.
Hello?
Yeah, it's Papa John's.
What's up, man?
Your pizza's out front,
Thank you,
front
bro.
door.
Thank you, brother. Who is this?
Papa John's.
Is this the Papa John?
No. This is this is the driver.
What's your name?
Phil.
Phil. What are
Yeah.
you doing tonight besides delivering pizza, bro?
Trying to make some money
Trying to
before I
make-
die.
Make a little money. Did we give a decent tip or were we fucking cheapskates?
That's a good tip, man. Thanks
That's
a lot.
That's a good tip. We love you, man. Honestly.
Yeah,
We
I
appreciate you guys
appreciate it.
delivering pizza while we can't even goddamn talk to people or touch them and stuff.
And tell me about it. How do you think I feel, man? I feel
Have you, let me
Okay.
ask you this. As a pizza delivery man, have you ever had someone come to the door topless?
almost.
What does that mean?
I had one come in like with a t-shirt on only,
Oh, shit.
and you can see the outline with nipples and everything, and
Yeah.
and she wanted it. She really did.
She wanted it.
Yeah, I know she wanted
How was
it.
them nipples? What was it? Scale 1 to 10. Was it good?
Yeah, a lot better than my old lady.
God damn. Hey, did you fuck her?
No, I was. She had somebody in the house. She was out visiting from Georgia. She's from Georgia. She was telling me all about herself.
God
I
damn.
just.
Hey,
And
man.
this is way out in the woods still, man. She lives way out. I mean, out in the country.
That's awesome,
But-
man. Hey, I
Yeah.
appreciate it. Did you put the pizza on the front porch?
Yeah, there's no contact, man. It's
Hey, man, I would have made
Yeah.
100% contact with you. I would have hugged you, and I would have held that hug way longer than
Yeah.
it's appropriate for one man to hug another man. You understand me?
well, thank you. Hey, enjoy your pizza, man. I appreciate
All
it.
right, hey, bro. I got a serious question for you.
What?
Did you bring them hot wings too, bro?
Yeah, I can't. I got no contact with it.
Did you
Okay,
bring
they
them-
seal it. they seal it up and everything, so I can't even
He don't
see
know.
what's
He
in
don't know
there.
what he-
You don't even know if there's hot wings on the porch.
You know, they should be.
There better be hot wings, bro. All right,
Okay.
man. Hey, you have a
Hey,
good, you have
call
a
'em
good
up.
night.
All right,
There you
buddy.
go.
Thanks, Tony.
I'll holler at you.
Bye-bye.
Tony! Shit!
Is it?
That's fucking great.
That was the best phone call ever.
Papa John's out.
No, I'm sorry to interrupt.
No,
That
no,
was-
no. Okay,
fucking great.
okay. That was a great interruption. So all I was saying was I was going through and trying to record some stuff as just sort of an experiment to see what I could pull off on my own.
Yeah.
And that song was one of the ones on my list
That's cool,
to
man.
just mess with. And I thought, what better thing to bring that here, tie it into a story,
yeah.
and have you guys kind of
Sing and act like
Yeah,
assholes.
yeah,
We got the album right behind Chad.
yeah, right here.
Vinyl.
So
What a great-
anyway, that could not have gone off better than I predicted. So I appreciate you guys
That's
being
awesome.
a good sport about that too.
Have you seen that video that was floating around online of that guy that's listening to this album in his car for the first time?
No.
Like,
Like, I mean-
recently listening for the first
Yeah,
time.
yeah. He's
It's awesome.
I mean, I would say he's probably in his earlier 20s, but I mean, he's apparently
Yeah.
never listened to this album. He's like giving his review of it, and he's like so fucking into it, and like, like maybe it's fake, I don't know, but at the same time, it's like, man, like I cannot imagine
Yeah.
listening to this at the first time.
Yeah.
Like, learning this brand new.
That
Yeah,
That's awesome. I started watching this YouTube channel called Lost in Vegas, and it's two black dudes that typically listen to hip hop, but they started listening to rock and metal stuff, and they're doing reactions. So they're listening or watching a video and like reacting live to it, and so they're listening to like Master of Puppets. And like and
what are they
reacting.
saying?
Oh, they loved it. It was like a whole new territory for them. And so I keep going back and watching them, and they keep listening to things that I know well that is really out of their element, and just seeing how, as people that if somebody really loves music, they're going to be open to things that are outside of their box.
Right.
Right.
If they're done well. And for them to like dissect the lyrics and like really like dig into it and like respect it is really awesome
cool.
to see. So but it's awesome to see somebody that will appreciate it, that is seeing it for the first time, something that
Right.
somebody like me has cherished for years. So like hearing you say that, I
Yeah,
was just thinking about
yeah.
that.
That's awesome. That's great. What you got, man? Any final thoughts?
My phone thought shout out Levi on these bum ass fucking t-shirts.
Yeah.
No.
These
No,
shirts
I
are
love
awesome.
them, bro.
Like, look at this shit. That is.
Check 'em out.
Well, I mean, Levi come up with the logo to start with,
Yeah.
and then he made some t-shirts for it.
He designed a lot of the overlays I've been using tonight too. So
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
My
I
shout out to Levi.
I want to
He's a
say
fucking
too,
awesome.
like I love your podcast, and
Thanks, man.
it's actually what inspired me to kind of start mine, thinking that I looked around at the music gear where I recorded some of this music stuff, and I was like, shit, I've got what I need to do a podcast, and I want to talk about music. So it kind of gave me some confidence to kind of try my own thing. So I appreciate you guys.
That's
Awesome, man. Yeah.
keep going. Keep
That- like,
listening
there's-
through the never. Listen to through the never.
Yeah. And I'm really impressed with the new gear and the new layout and the live stream and all that. So
Thank you.
Yeah. It's fun. I mean, like anybody can do it. Like you can do it with a cell phone. I mean, it doesn't take anything. It's great the day that we live in now. Like
Yeah.
you don't have to have a radio job to
Yeah.
do something like that.
that's one of the things about being in a time of quarantine and stuff where, even when we were kids, if we had to isolate the way that people have been living for the last so many weeks, it would be a completely different environment than the way we live right now,
Yeah.
where we have
Oh,
the
yeah.
Zoom and the FaceTime and the internet period and smartphones. If we didn't have, we had, Oregon Trail on our computer,
Yeah.
Yeah. You have died of dysentery.
So it was bullshit, as far as technology.
Hey, Levi, people have literally died from dysentery lately.
Yeah.
And-
How
Yeah.
you?
I actually don't think they have.
No,
disagreed with you.
people-
I don't think that's the
Send us a
thing.
comment
People
on
have been
that.
eating oranges and shit for a while. So
Yeah.
we're okay.
Yeah, I think we're all good.
Yeah.
But
But
you should.
But the fact that we live in this modern digital age has allowed people to not totally go nuts trying to be isolated. So
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. My kids being able to like talk to their cousins and other people on like play games with them. Like they're playing games and like talking to them online. Like
Yeah.
that's fucking like really really cool
Yeah,
that they can do that.
craziness. I don't have any final words, so till next time.
Have a final word. What do you got? Give a final word. What's good? What's bad?
No, life is good. I'm so glad to hear that live performance of our theme music.
I'm glad you guys like
I am
that.
too. That was
I'm
awesome.
glad you liked the
Definitely.
theme. Period.
Yeah.
Doing it live was really cool, but I'm glad you guys liked it. It was an experiment for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I did the theme for my show, and then I thought, well, shit, this
Yeah.
was fun to do, and it was a challenge to myself. Hey, let me do something that would be good for somebody else and try something different. So I'm glad
Right.
you liked
And
it.
if shit comes back where we can go to concerts again, you've got a cool
Yeah.
90s a 90s grunge alternative band called
Okay.
what's the name of that band?
Hunger Strike is
Hunger Strike.
the
And-
project name for that.
And Chad and I went out and seen one of their shows, and they were
Yeah.
fucking fun show
Yeah.
too.
It was fun.
We might have been the most excited people in the audience, though, singing fucking every Audio Slave song you guys
Yeah,
did.
Yeah. So just since we're plugging that, so that is a tribute to some of the fallen '90s singers. So we're talking about Lane Staley, Chris Cornell, Scott Weiland, Kurt
You got it.
Cobain,
Yeah,
those
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
guys. And so any of the projects that they were involved in, those are all
They
fair
did a
game for that tribute act.
fantastic job. Like you
So-
never know, like you never know when people's like, well, I'm gonna do this or I'm gonna do that, and then you like we got out there and we started hearing it, and I'm like, this is really fucking good. Like these guys are really really good.
Here's the difference too. If you say, in all of my previous experience have all been original bands, right? So I've never really done like the cover band thing. I've played a cover song here or there, but never in a cover band act. But being in a tribute project is really different because if you're playing just as a cover band, you're going to do a song people are familiar with, but you may do it in a different version or a different way. You may be missing some elements. When you're doing it as a tribute,
You have to do the same
you
thing.
have to do it justice.
Yeah.
The point is to honor that original artist or singer in this
Yeah,
case.
you don't want to Will Smith it and like
Yeah,
try
yeah.
to fuck it all up.
Oh, there you go, tying that back in.
Hey, you don't want to do that.
The point is like you got to come prepared. You've got to meet a certain standard. You've got to do it justice. And so we put a lot of work into trying to get the sounds right and trying to make sure the vocals are good. And if there's a guitar solo, I'm trying to do it right. That sort of thing. And
Well, yeah,
takes some
but you're
effort.
doing them Tom Morello Audio Slave guitar solos, and they're really, really fucking good. Like surprisingly good. I mean, TJ's like, hey, we're gonna go see Chris's band, and I'm excited to go, but at the same time, I've got my my reservations.
your
like,
expectations are not so high. I get it.
right, because no
Everybody,
offense.
listen. We live in the Nashville area. Everybody knows somebody in a band, so
Right.
it's not anything special.
Right. Well, no offense, but I mean, Audio Slave is a fucking amazing band, and it's like, well, you don't expect it to be like that good, but it was really fucking that good. Like
appreciate
it was really, really good. Like I was so beyond excited as we got into it and got to listening to it. So yeah, like when shit gets back right in the world after all this
Yeah.
goes down, and y'all are doing a thing, like we'll have to social media out and what's going on.
You know what's funny about Audio Slave? They've such a connection to their fans. Like we can play Alice in Chains' "Man in the Box," and that solo is
And y'all did play
bitchin'.
that, and that was so fucking good.
And the solo is bitching, right? It's a great blues rock solo, and like it takes a lot of work to get that solo right. And then we can play "Like a Stone," which solo is simple as hell, but the effects are insane.
Yeah.
And we get so much more reaction out of a
Like a
song
Stone.
like
well,
that.
dude, like a Stone is like honestly one of the best like songs
Yeah. I mean,
ever. Like that's such a good song.
It's one of those things vocally when you hear it, if somebody does the vocals
Yeah.
right, that and
Well, just lyrically though, like that's
Yeah,
I don't know,
it's-
just everything about that song is
it's
so good.
But I feel like there's this tenseness in that song leading up to the solo. It's like, what the hell are they going to try to pull off here?
Yeah.
And then
Oh,
like,
I absolutely agree with that. I'm like, okay, what are they going to do for the solo? Because obviously they're not going to do what Tom Morello did for the. Okay, he's actually going to do the Tom Morello thing.
well,
Okay,
and actually, I'm not exactly doing it, but I worked hard on trying to get a
you're doing it close.
combination
enough
of things that at least still sounds decent. For
Well,
that.
I didn't
So-
never hear Tom Morello do it live, so I don't know exactly how he did it when
I
it wasn't
have.
in studio.
You
How
know-
close was it?
Oh, it's exact because he uses the same damn pedal. He's got that Digitech whammy pedal, which
Okay,
it's like a $200 pedal. I don't have it, but I find ways to kind of try to mimic that
well,
sound a
if you
bit.
would be more socialist, you could get you a good fucking pedal.
Yeah.
You get
So-
the government pay for you a good
So-
Where's
pedal.
that stimulus
so
package?
I
that's
haven't-
a whammy pedal,
I never
bro?
saw Audio Slave live, but I saw Prophets of Rage,
Oh, how was that?
and it was actually really entertaining. So it was good. When they did Like a Stone,
Prophets
they did
of Rage is Rage Against the Machine and Cypress Hill.
Well, they got Cypress Hill and they got Public Enemy members.
yeah,
in
it's
there.
it's the two vocalists from there. So when they did Like a Stone, they did it as a memorial song, and they did no vocals. They let the crowd sing it. So it was kind of a neat moment there.
It would be really neat.
He
yeah.
spoke about Chris Cornell a bit, and then they played the song and just let the crowd sing it. But the solo was spot on because he's using the exact same effect.
That's
so-
awesome.
So I used a combination of like 3 different effects and
recreated it.
yeah, tried to recreate something similar.
It was very good. Very surprisingly very good.
But I'm telling you, I finished that solo in the middle of the song, and I get such a reaction from the crowd, and I'm like, "This is awesome! I love it." But at the same time, I finished something like Man in the Box, which is technically harder,
Super hard, yeah.
and then I'm like, "Fuck yeah!" I'm at the end of that solo, and I get it right, and then like the crowd's like, "Yeah," and it's not the same reaction. I'm like, "What is the deal?"
I get it. Like Man in the Box is an amazingly good song. Like definitely my favorite songs, but I don't feel like artistically Man in the Box is
Well,
near on the same level.
It's just it's a bit of a different fan base, and even though like all those songs work together in a set great, the Chris Cornell fans and the Rage Against the Machine fans that support Audioslave like really connect with that song. If anybody can pull it off respectively, they
get kudos.
they so. But anyway, the project name is Hunger Strike. There's no shows on the books right now because of everything
Obviously,
being
because
shut
of
down.
the shit that's going on.
But it'll be up and running soon. But there's a Facebook page and stuff.
But hey, whenever it does, we're gonna come show up, and we're gonna social media it
I
out
appreciate you
on
guys
every
coming
direction.
out. It was that was a good
Fuck
show.
yeah, we're
And
gonna get out there next time.
maybe some
Yeah.
people want to hang out with us. Well, I don't know why they want to hang out with us, but
But yeah, I know why, because we're awesome.
no, they'll probably want to watch Chris be awesome, and they'll want to sit at different tables and